Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Nerdpocalypse podcast. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
Jack.
What's up?
Terrence.
What's up?
And special guest, Cam.
This was a mistake.
Yeah. No, it was. It was a mistake.
You fucked up.
Yo, this table is mad tight. But we do have 5 people here. Jack, welcome back. You haven't been here in forever.
Thanks. It's super nice to be with you guys. Missed you.
Yeah.
Did you?
You know you're welcome anytime, Jack. See you in another 6 months.
Jack shows up to record on the high holidays. It's almost Good Friday, so he's here.
That's
Exactly.
He's only here for Christmas.
He's here for Good Friday.
This is a very important show for Christ. so
this heathen
had to be
showed
here.
up. But we do have a lot to talk about. Cam, thank you for coming in as well. You're all the way here from Tennessee. Yes?
Yes, Nashville, the only good part of Tennessee.
Every time I hear Tennessee, I think of Tennessee.
Arrested Development.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, because that's the best thing to come out of
In
Tennessee.
97% of that state, you're not wrong.
No.
First time on the show. Glad to have you.
Yeah.
After I've been treating you as my enemy for the last 5
Wait, are
years
you
in a
a
row.
New England Patriots fan? Are you the Patriots fan?
Wow,
are you
I do have a Patriots.
Get the fuck
You
out.
rolled up in a
Patriots
Red Sox
tattoo.
cap earlier
Holy
just
shit.
to irritate me. So
That is unacceptable.
it's a good start.
and then the Red Sox lost opening day, so fuck them.
That's right. And the Orioles got a walk-off home run. So in baseball terms.
So
I'm winning.
baseball doesn't count, so.
It's not a real sport.
Hey, look.
Look, you haven't been here in a while, so my personal...
Opening day is like a holiday for white people.
That is
Baseball
true.
very important.
Somebody
Baseball is
on
important.
Twitter is like, "Hey, today's opening day for baseball, so I know where all of my white friends are." And I was like, I didn't even retweet it. I just liked it. I was like, "It's true. It's true." But we do have a lot to talk about this week. Again, Cam, thanks for coming in. Even though we give you a hard time all the time, if people are wondering who the fuck is Cam that we just talk shit on, yeah, he showed up. How about that?
Yeah.
If we talk shit about people long enough, they'll drive 9 hours to come and be on the show.
It's like our superpower.
It is. Checked out this week. We have plenty. No stupid tech or science and tech because we're trying to keep the show a little light. We do have comic news, lightning round, movie and TV, and of course, what the fuck, and a little bit in trailers this week. So let's jump right into it. Micah, you saw Isle of Dogs, which is the weirdest thing I've ever said out of my mouth.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
changed his life because apparently he likes dogs now.
Yeah, I got a new
well,
puppy,
look.
and Micah's fucking posing with it.
Oh my god, dude,
Yeah,
that dog
exactly.
is fucking
I'm
adorable.
posing.
Are you?
Are
That
you?
wasn't a post.
So if you say Isle of Dogs fast enough, it says I love dogs.
Yeah, you do.
And I get it. Like this is a very sweet movie. It's very Wes Anderson though.
I don't
So
like his style.
don't watch this movie then.
Yeah, this is a super
Very,
Wes Anderson.
very typical of his
Like
style.
Wes Anderson,
yeah.
his style is just annoying to me.
Like it's a lot of like overly symmetrical shots
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
things that are just goofy for goofy's sake. And so the thing starts off where it's like Courtney B. Vance comes up and he's like, or you hear him, right? Because he's the narrator because every Wes Anderson movie has a narrator.
And this is all done with puppets. Yeah?
This is stop motion, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a spectacle,
course
man.
it is.
If you,
Yeah, no, it looks pretty
it
interesting.
looks really good, especially the way the dogs are animated. Like they look like fucking mangy dogs.
That's cool.
And all of the dogs.
You can hear the hate in Micah's voice, by the way.
all of the dogs.
They look like mangy dogs. Fucking kill them.
all of the dogs are, you can understand because they're in English, but the humans are Japanese and they speak Japanese, except for like an interpreter and a foreign exchange student. All the human characters speak Japanese because
Oh, this is the most Wes Anderson movie of all
yeah,
time.
it's very Wes
So,
Anderson.
so are there subtitles for the Japanese characters?
No.
No.
There
Okay.
Really?
That
Wow,
is-
this is a super Wes
Wait,
Anderson
what?
movie.
So you
I mean, I didn't even think to
wait a
ask
minute,
that
before-
question.
So,
Yeah, no, that seems like a
the
ridiculous
human
question.
how much Japanese is in the movie?
like half of it. Like
Wow.
anytime
And there are
human-
no subtitles.
no subtitles.
So
Did you just go to
they're
a bum ass
speaking
theater or no?
So you just not know what the fuck they're saying?
You just not know what they're saying.
Fuck that nigga. See, that's why I don't like Wes Anderson, yo. That's fucked up, though.
That's a little obnoxious, I have to admit.
That's pretentious as fuck.
It's pretentious,
Yo. Get the
but I
fuck
feel
outta
you
feel
need
like
to learn another language before you see 50% of my movie.
But I feel like he did that for a reason, right? Because we are to relate to the dogs, but
And
the
right.
dogs,
dogs don't understand
humans.
language.
Okay.
And if it was going
All right.
the other way, if it was just a bunch of dogs barking, Like you wouldn't
think
really care about it, right?
That makes sense.
So the
But
human.
you do have, the humans speak. The Japanese people speak Japanese. Francis McDormand plays a news interpreter, and there's a foreign exchange student. So they're your English speaking people. But even like amongst the foreign exchange student, like the foreign exchange student in class speaks English, but everyone else is speaking Japanese. It's like Tekken. You know what I mean? Like motherfuckers are just speaking their native language and understanding each other. But whatever. The story.
No, there's no whatever for that. It's fucking dumb.
The story is very cute. It's about this evil, not evil, but this Japanese mayor who looks like every other evil Japanese guy. He looks like Nobunaga, right? And he hates dogs. He loves cats, right? So he hates dogs. He sends all these dogs off to Trash Island. Because fuck dogs.
Wow, this guy, he really speaks to you.
I really enjoyed this character. And his nephew has a dog in Trash Island. He is the bodyguard of the kid, and the kid flies over to Trash Island, and he's looking for his dog, and the other dogs decide that they want to help him because they have been kept dogs, right? They've been domesticated. There's one dog that wasn't domesticated, and he's played by Bryan Cranston. And look, everybody does a really good job. If you like Wes Anderson, you'll like this. Everybody else, stay away.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Wes Anderson's style is so specific. I mean, he's an auteur director, right? Like, his style is so incredibly specific. Like, either you like it or you don't. Like, it's just,
that's it.
Yeah, there's no middle ground. Like, this Wes Anderson movie seems interesting. Like, if you've seen one, you've seen them all.
You've seen them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you don't, if you can't get with it, don't even bother. Don't even watch the trailers.
No, that just
don't even write down the words.
Like the fact that you said that the humans are speaking Japanese and they don't have subtitles. So apparently, they just nothing matters with it. Nothing that they say matters. Then
I mean, here's the thing: you do kind of in their performances, you kind of get what they're feeling, but it's Japanese, right? And you don't, and the way Japanese is spoken by Japanese people, it's like, like,
they always sound
could you
fucking
please
mad.
pass the whiskey? Like, you don't know, you can't gauge tone.
Right,
so I don't know if he's just like, hey guys, where's my dog? Or where the fuck is my dog? You pieces of shit! Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
well, I guess it's not technically different, and just to give Wes Anderson a little bit of credit here, like, I guess it's not technically different than like Charlie Brown, right? Like, you don't know what the adults are saying,
right?
But you infer what they're saying by what the kids respond to, right? So I guess you could say that, but at the same time, I mean, that's a cartoon.
Well, this is a cartoon.
All right. Yeah, let's move on.
It's a little obnoxious.
Yeah, no, I can understand that. I still want to see it though.
There have been, when you see it, we'll talk about it, because there are people who are complaining that this is cultural appropriation.
No. People are allowed to do movies about other things beside where they were born. Stop being fucking 4-year-old. Shut up. It's stupid and you're dumb. Just stop. God damn, shit gets on my nerves. Anyway, someone saw All the Money in the World.
I saw All the Money in the World.
What is this?
It's about the Getty family. So you know the Getty Oil Company?
Yep.
Yeah.
The guy.
Where did you see this? Is it on Netflix?
It's available.
Oh, you paid for it.
It's available on video on demand.
Oh, okay,
right?
got
Yeah,
it.
it is.
Sure.
You pay $200 a month for it. You might as well fucking use it.
Yeah. That's it.
That's where I got it from. My legitimate cable company.
No, go ahead.
It's about the Getty family, the Getty Oil, baron. It's about the guy who founded it, and at one point he was labeled the richest American in the world.
Really?
Wow. Okay.
And
What
Not
time
anymore.
period is this?
this is
Did he have landscape money though?
70s? Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he's back
Okay,
then.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
This is like the 70s. So
Jeff
more
Bezos is like,
recent. Okay.
Yeah, this was the 70s. And this is based on a real story. I didn't know this. This is based on a real story of this guy, Getty, right? And he's the richest guy in the world. He's also like the cheapest dude in the world. Like he is tight with a dollar. I thought I was tight with a dollar. Nah, bro. This guy is fucking evil. And his grandson gets kidnapped. And there's a ransom for him. And people are like, so you gonna pay the ransom? He's like, no.
God
Damn. How much is the ransom?
The ransom was like 17 million.
You
No,
don't.
I agree with what.
You don't negotiate with terrorists, guys.
That's right. That's how the rich stay rich. Fuck your family.
That's one less dude to give my inheritance to. Like
He's this is a really interesting movie, and I watched it because of the controversy. Kevin Spacey was supposed to play.
Oh,
is
this
the one where they
movie.
swapped him out for,
Got you. Yeah. Okay.
Plumber? What's his name?
Yeah, Christopher Plummer.
Yeah, all right.
I think Christopher Plummer played it excellently, but I can see why Kevin Spacey was cast because this Getty dude was a fucking asshole. Like he was he don't want niggas standing outside his trailer either. You know what I mean? This is a really good.
I'm sorry, but that's still one of the best Kevin Spacey stories. That's a better story. I mean, the other stories about Kevin Spacey as of recently are terrible, but that's a better story than all that.
I find it hilarious.
Like, who's that man? Like,
It's so random.
it's so random. It is.
It's
racist.
it's a really good
Racism
movie.
is funny to me
There's
sometimes.
an FX series. There's an FX series coming out called Trust, based on the same exact story.
Didn't they have a television show called Trust?
That's what this is.
Yeah, Brendan Fraser's in that.
Yeah,
I saw him. He had a
Making his
cowboy hat on.
yeah.
I didn't know what the hell it was about.
Oh,
I just saw
okay.
Brendan Fraser.
Donald Sutherland is playing
okay.
the Christopher Plummer role.
Yeah, I did see a trailer for that.
So I'm it's based on a true story. It's very interesting, man. Christopher Plummer plays an asshole, man. Like he's just a straight up just a dickhead, man.
Oh, it's already on. I was actually in a sub shop waiting to get my food, and this was on FX. And I was like, "What the fuck is this?" I thought it was a movie.
Yeah, I kind
But
of want to check it out just to see the same story told from a
Yeah, he was getting.
different lens.
Someone was washing him. It was gross.
Yeah,
I don't like
well,
that.
that's what
Yeah,
you got last
he.
week,
I
Mike.
guess whoever
The
was
royal
playing
penis is clean, you're right.
Donald Sutherland. What's his name?
Yeah, Donald Sutherland.
Yeah, that was he was being washed by his butler or
By
some
one
shit.
of
I was
his
like
5
ew,
wives
man.
or something.
And then Brendan Fraser came in. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I had no idea what it was.
Hey, just give me my sub. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, yeah, I actually wanted to see that. Cool. So my wife spent her last couple of days on spring break reading a book called The Glass Castle. And so we watched the movie. And
you were
I
like, fuck reading. I'm going to head and watch the movie.
yeah, I mean, yeah, true.
Okay.
But she finished reading the book and she really loved the book. It's about this woman who was a very famous writer who wrote for like the New Yorker and stuff like that. Jeanette Walls, and it's about her life growing up before she became this like famous writer. And basically like her dad was this raging alcoholic and her mom was like this crazy hippie artist, and they just moved like 20 houses in the time that she grew up, and they were just like straight up crazy poor, right? And like their parents would just do all this like wackadoo shit. But the movie itself, which I would highly recommend, is starring Woody Harrelson as her father, and Brie Larson plays
Oh, that's cool.
plays the daughter. But it mostly takes place when they're kids. It is a fucking fascinating movie. Like they move from like they have money and they squander it because Woody Harrelson's just a drunk, and they like the entire time like he really loves his family. Like he's it's called the Glass Castle because he's always telling his little kids like I'm gonna build you this glass castle and all this other shit. But he's a fuck up, right? They end up moving to West Virginia or something like that, and they live in like this little podunk house where they literally like they have like a shit bucket. Like they literally take trash and throw it into the front yard.
Cool.
And all, yeah, it's great. It's an uplifting story. But like her and her siblings basically leave her parents, and they all like save money like as teenagers to get themselves out of poverty and end up like going to like there's brilliant kids. They're like really smart and they go to like NYU and all this other shit. And then their parents end up following them to New York City, and they end up like squatting in this like crazy house in like the Lower East Side or something, some shit like that. Meanwhile, she's writing for the New Yorker, and like her parents are like bums.
Weird.
Like it's a fucking wild, but it's a totally true story. It's a really fascinating movie. And look, the reason, I mean, there are many reasons to like it. Brie Larson's really good in it. And the casting of like the kids to the adults is really good too. But you go for Woody Harrelson's performance. Like he's so fucking good. Like it's crazy how good a guy who played a moron on a show about a bar turned out to be one of the best actors of his generation.
Yeah.
Like Harrelson puts in a fucking performance. You're like, yo, this is this story is fucked up. And then they show footage of her actual parents, like in the 80s at the end of the movie. Yo, Woody Harrelson is a perfect casting for him. Like it's kind of crazy.
Wow.
And he plays him perfectly. It's a really good story.
Cool.
Yeah, so The Glass Castle, I would highly recommend it. It's really good. And it was funny because I saw the trailer a while ago and I was like, oh, that movie looks interesting. And then she started reading the book and she was like, there's a movie. And I was like, okay. And then we saw the trailer. I was like, yeah, I wanted to see this. And it was really good. It's really great. And the mom is played by Naomi Watts, if you know who she is.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's a good
It's been a
cast.
minute since she was in anything
Big
of value.
Yeah. But everybody's really good in this. I would highly recommend it.
Cool.
Okay, next up, Jack and I sat down and reviewed Ready Player One. That review will be available for you guys if you go to the Coming Distractions podcast feed or you check it out on youtube.com/the Nerdpocalypse. So check that out. Jack saw it. I did not.
Yeah, it was good.
Comic news this week. Marvel is bringing back Fantastic Four, just the comic, in August. Right on time for the deal to be done with likely Disney buying Fox, which is kind of fucking hilarious.
Right.
They're like, oh, no. It had nothing to do with that. Oh, is it over now? Cool. Yeah, we'll bring it back. So the cool thing is it's being written by Dan Slott, who's been doing Amazing Spider-Man for, 4 or 5 years at this point. Mm-hmm. And then the art's being done by Sarah Pichelli, who is probably most famous for doing Miles Morales. So, Cam, you look like you have something to say about that.
Cool.
Oh, I was just saying, yeah, I really like Dan Slott a lot, and I like that they're bringing the Fantastic Four back in a way that maybe I'll actually give a shit about it this time. Because I don't generally.
Yeah, no,
Sorry,
I mean...
sorry, Mike.
I don't give a fuck about the Fantastic Four. They're a means to an end.
That's all. But Dan Slott and Sarah Pichelli writing Doctor Doom is not bad.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
Bring it on.
I mean, he's the one that did Otto Octavius as Spider-Man, and it was fucking amazing.
Yeah, I remember people were like, this is going to suck.
Him getting his hands on Doctor Doom is really good.
Yeah.
Theoretically.
Yeah. I like Dan Slott a lot. I don't remember who the artist is on Amazing Spider-Man right now or was when Slott was writing it. I hate that artwork.
I want to say it's Umberto Ramos.
Yeah, whoever it is, I don't care for it. So I hope that they at least, I don't know who's going to be writing Amazing Spider-Man. I'm not sure who's writing Amazing Spider-Man now, but I hope they change the artwork. It seemed too childish to me, but I mean, Sarah Pichelli doing the artwork for Fantastic Four is dope. She's really good.
Yeah.
So yeah, she did a great job on Miles. So I'm down for it. There was a question of the week, and I forgot to link it. So
Womp, womp, womp. Guess we can't read it.
Hold on a second. Let me pull it up, and
is this where I can talk about how much I hate Krypton?
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Check. Yes, you watched Krypton. Let's switch back to check.
So you didn't like it?
He loved it.
It's how do I put this delicately? It's the worst fucking TV show I've ever seen in my entire life.
Damn.
He almost killed
All right,
Terrence.
that's fine.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
So you guys know the premise. It takes place 200 years before Clark Kent is actually born.
I didn't know it was 200 years.
Yeah.
No. Here's the thing.
Is it his great-grandparents?
It's 200
No.
years,
It's
like
his
a year
grandfather.
in
It's his
on
grandfather.
Earth.
So apparently, people on Krypton just live to be like 300 and shit, and no one bats a fucking eye.
Right.
So the show opens with his great grandfather in a Superman costume for some fucking reason.
All right.
Because that makes sense on Krypton, I guess. He's being sentenced to death because he can foresee that Brainiac is coming.
When is that?
Like 100 years later or
Yeah,
some shit.
200.
And then fast forward to his grandfather is a fucking 20-year-old kid. And it's basically a CW show. Everybody's pretty. And that's fine. Whatever. There's a man in a chair that actually works at a bar there, and that's fine. Whatever.
Bars?
The bar on Krypton?
Yeah, there's a bar on Krypton.
Is it called Barton?
I don't think it actually has a name.
It should.
But yeah, it's basically let's just shove a bunch of Superman mythos into Superman's grandfather. Like there's a Fortress of Solitude for some reason that his great grandfather had.
Why would they have? All right.
Why would they have a
No,
Fortress of
no one
Solitude
knows.
on Krypton?
Here's the other thing.
Fortress
I could be wrong here, but Krypton is usually like not. It's not portrayed as an inhabitable planet, right? Like people are just living on Krypton,
there.
right?
Yeah. No. It's
Right. Yeah. No, not on this show. No.
So is Krypton dying for 200 years?
No. That's the beautiful part. Krypton is never allowed to be lived on because it's inhabitable. They live in the bottled city of Kandor.
No.
Wait, what?
And that's where the entire show takes place, is in Kandor with a fucking dome over the top of it.
Really?
Wow.
And they have to put on special suits to go outside.
Holy
Which is where the Fortress of Solitude is, by the way.
Hold on.
Yep.
Are they miniature? They're miniature, right?
No. They're normal sized people.
But like I'm saying, like when they leave Kandor, like they would be miniature, right? The bottled city is like.
No, it's just a big
It's
ass
just
bottle.
there's just a dome on it. There's just a dome
It's the
on
shitty
top of it.
NBC show, The Dome. All right, no.
Yeah, no. This and this show is basically the greatest of great value. Back to the Future 2, because Adam Strange shows up, which I had to Google who Adam Strange is. Here's the thing: if you're putting like a surprise comic book character in your show, I should probably fucking know who he is. I didn't know who this guy was, but he's a time traveler in DC,
Right.
who travels through Zeta beams, whatever.
Does the S stand for hope?
They haven't gotten that
I'm
far
gonna
yet.
fight you. Right
You
now.
said he got a Superman suit on, right?
He does have a Superman suit on. He does. And
In
it
a
has the
bottled
fucking
city.
S. It's blue and red. And he's got a fucking cape.
Do they fly?
No,
does he
they
have a-
don't fly.
why does
but
he
he
have
has
a
a cape.
So
I
he
don't
just
know.
to be
So is he a character from
pimp.
Seinfeld? Yeah, he's a pimp.
No. I don't know. It's
I would
so,
watch a show about a pimp on Krypton.
It is.
Okay, that's
is-
fair. That's fair.
It is so annoying as a person who doesn't actually give a shit about Superman. I can't imagine like being someone who, I don't know, Stu, who
Yeah, how do you
loves
feel about this,
Superman. I can't imagine
Steve's not going to respond to you.
like,
he refuses.
No, I can't imagine being someone who loves Superman, watching this show and going, "Yep, this is what I wanted.
No, this is great. This is perfect. I love it.
Everything I wanted." Yeah, no, it seriously, it makes Smallville look like a fucking Emmy-nominated show.
Wow. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Like I said, when the trailer came out for that, I was like, you guys let me know how it is. Like I'm not watching it.
That sounds awful.
It's in Kandor?
Yeah.
Why do they just call it Kandor?
Why would they do that?
Yeah, why
why would they do that? It's Krypton.
Oh, all right, fine.
It's
Yeah,
it's
you
Krypton.
know what?
Oh,
You know what? You
and
got
I haven't even gotten to the part where, guess what, guys? Zod's black
I mean, well,
for some reason.
That's fine.
I mean, I just don't understand why.
because he's angry.
Because he'll
any...
eventually get thrown in jail.
No.
All right, look,
damn
so-
look.
But it's
Krypton
Zod's,
of Thieves.
it's
fine.
God damn it. It's technically Zod's grandmother, I guess, is who it would be. Here's the fun thing that's going to happen. It's definitely going to happen. Zod is going to end up being Superman's brother. Because Zod's grandmother and Superman's grandfather are totally together in the show secretly. That's going to end up being a thing.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
No. Yep.
Zod is alive already, right?
No. Zod's not alive.
Oh.
Zod's
Why
not
is he
alive.
black?
But because his
grand-
family is alive. His grandmother and his
grandmother.
great grandmother are alive, and they're black women.
Oh.
See what happens when you
Yeah.
dilute our people?
Yeah, but they're the and,
Black
and,
woman.
and they're
This
also
black woman
and they're
is
also
dating
like
this dude.
they're the only black characters. Like that's it.
Like why?
it's not like
why
there's
aren't there other black?
And
This
they're
show sounds
associated
amazing.
with the evil
yeah,
character.
yeah. They're the Zod family, and they're fucking they're just. Out
I don't
there
like
wilding.
the Zods. They're ruining the neighborhood.
Yeah. Oh, and the L's don't exist anymore. Also,
So who the fuck is he then?
because
who's
whenever
Superman?
his great grandfather got killed, they stripped their name. Oh, that's the other thing. There's a high and a low level to Kandor. The low level is the rankless. You don't have names. The high level are the rich people. So his family goes down to the rankless. They don't have a name anymore. So
So they
he's
have to work their way back up to the top? Like,
yeah, he saved someone from
Snowpiercer?
assassinating the Hand of Ra or whatever the fuck. And so one of the house people is like, well, you can be in my house. But like it, I don't know. I don't know where it's going, and I don't really give a shit. I watched 2 episodes because I knew I was coming on this show, and I'm not watching another one.
Okay,
never
that
speak of this
that was
ever
my
again.
number one question. Are you going to watch more of this? The answer is clearly no.
No.
All right, that's
Question
cool
of
because that's all 5 of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm never watching this.
Question of the week.
So accurate.
That's how much I don't want to hear about that anymore. I'd rather hear people talk about Aquaman. We talked about Aquaman being in such a crowded release month. What are your thoughts on the overcrowding of blockbusters right now? Is this the new normal for the film industry? For the sake of time, I'm only going to read names that I have not or don't usually read, starting with Gil, with Dark Phoenix being moved to February 2019. Maybe moving Aquaman to November 2nd might be a good move. C says, it's like prospecting. Everyone's trying to stake their claim. Some of these movies will be moved closer to the release date as long as the studio can arrange to have these mostly heavy CGI films done earlier, because none of these are going in January. It'd be really funny if something like Mary Poppins Returns just blows all of these out of the water.
That would certainly be interesting.
Right.
That would be amusing.
Didn't Mary Poppins make Carrie's list of like ¡1 Disney movies of all time?
I have no idea.
I saw the whole bracket thing popping off on Facebook over the last couple days.
Carrie can't be trusted. She's gonna write a fucking mean comment to me. I don't know. I've never seen Mary Poppins. I'm a black man.
Yeah, it's a poor choice for #1, Carrie. That's all I'm saying. You're not here, so I can say that to you.
What is the best Disney movie? Just as an aside.
It's not Mary Poppins.
Best Disney movie?
Lion King.
Dumbo.
I mean, we're
Captain
talking
America.
just animated,
Ca-
right?
I was
Cap-
gonna say that is the most
I think
random
Lion
response to
King.
me.
They got the
Black Crow.
Yeah,
Wait, are we talking just animated or total?
Just animated. That's what
Just
that bracket
animated.
was.
Ooh,
Willie.
Lion King.
I think it's Lion
It's
King,
up
right?
there. Lion King's definitely at least, if not #1, it's #2.
Are we throwing Pixar
So they're
movies
throwing-
in technically?
No, those were on the other side of the bracket.
Beauty and the Beast or Lion King?
That's it.
I think it's Lion King. Just because it happens in Africa. Fuck.
I mean, because
fuck
there's a bunch of
everywhere
black
else.
people, except for the star, who apparently is Jonathan Taylor
I was
Thomas.
just going to say, JTT. Starring role.
Hey man,
Yeah.
hey man,
no,
Tool Time was hot.
Yeah,
it was, dude.
You know what? Nah, fuck that. Look, it's Donald Glover because he's doing the live action one. Fuck that. I don't recognize the kid from Home Improvement. Get the hell out of my
But he didn't do the singing parts.
He sure
That's
did.
true.
You know who did?
The
A black kid.
Yeah, the
did.
black kid from
That's my case.
what
You know
was
what?
he in?
Lion King
I
wins.
can't remember.
This is like
He
when they
played-
cast
he
the
played-
black man to play Thanos and then a white guy to play him later on.
He played.
Yeah,
He played young
but
Michael
that
Jackson
made
in the,
sense. Like, I knew
in
what
the
nobody.
Jackson, the Jackson movie.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I just can't
Yeah,
picture. I can't.
I don't remember his name, but he did the singing parts.
No, it's got to be Lion King. I think Lion King is
Yeah,
the
Lion
obvious
King. I
answer.
love Aladdin.
I'm fine with
but
that.
yeah,
Aladdin is also
Yeah,
very good.
yeah.
I think it's all the movies that are starring brown people, right? Or like in a brown part of the
Brownish
world.
people. Yeah.
Brownish, yeah.
Yeah.
I could actually be totally remembering this wrong, too, and she could have picked something else. But I'm pretty sure it was
like,
Mary.
he just-
She's not
Mary
even
Poppins.
qualified.
Mary, like right
right.
now, Carrie's listening to this
Like, what
and
the fuck?
screaming, like, I never said Mary Poppins. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, that sounds like a white woman in a subservient role. That sounds like something Carrie.
Yeah,
no, she was definitely
right up her
doing it.
alley. It's right up her alley.
As a fucking maid.
Absolutely.
Yeah, great. That sounds wonderful. Carrie, write to us in our private group and yell at Jack.
Hi, back to the responses.
Sorry, that was my side.
Hi says it's their money. If they want to throw it down the drain because people won't go see every single one, now that's up to them. Maybe they'll finally learn to stop putting a gloss coat over trash. Probably not. This doesn't include you, MCU. You're doing fine, baby.
I like Hi. Hi's always got good responses.
Russell says there are more options, but that's all. But that also means there is a lot more trash. Who asked for a Bumblebee movie? I do believe it's the new normal because these studios want the next billion-dollar franchise. Elena says all that competition means weaker films will get lost in the shuffle. This is a good thing, though. I feel like the studios are getting a little too comfortable with mediocrity. And your father-in-law says, it's just random.
Like, why are you responding? It's super random. He doesn't listen to the show. It's funny.
Says, should there be a limit on how many blockbusters released at one time? Let them battle it out. Father-in-law ain't about that bullshit.
Apparently
He's
not.
like, yo, apparently he's a capitalist. The cream rises to the top, baby.
Which is so funny. He's the most docile person I've ever met in my entire life.
Thank
right.
you, everyone, for your responses. Go to the nerdpocalypse.com/Facebook fans.
Jesus Christ. Facebook.com
Facebook.com/fans
/ the Nerd Pocket.
/ the Nerdpocalypse.
There are four out of the 5 of us are drinking heavily. One of us is not. The answer might surprise you who isn't.
Dude, look at
Mike is still hungover from that hot toddy, guys. Give him
I was
give
gonna
him
say,
a
can we
drink.
report that? Can we report that?
Yeah, sure.
Since I haven't been
Micah
here in a
finally
long
got
time,
alcohol in his
it's been my dream to be with you when you have a drink. But I was at least hoping if I couldn't be there in person, I could hear a story about it, a time in your life when you had a drink, non-scared, non-frightened, in a happy, safe environment.
Your
And
house.
that's what happened. Your loving wife apparently tricked you into drinking alcohol,
Yeah.
which I think is the greatest thing that's ever happened.
That's love, man. That's really love. You know, when your wife sneaks something in that you have vowed never to do in your entire life, and she's just like, "Here, take this. It'll make you feel better."
Like, what is it? I feel loopy. Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey,
to bed.
but doesn't your voice sound better today?
Oh yeah, it
Slept
worked,
like a
man.
baby that
I
night.
slept like
Just
a
saying.
baby.
I bet. Yeah, that was the best sleep of your life.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to get used to that though.
Look. Just wait till you. Well, never mind. I was gonna say, sleeping while drunk is one thing. Having sex while you're drunk is a completely different thing.
Oh, all right.
But
Yeah, you got to learn. You got to learn how to do that.
You got to know the line because like
Oh.
you drink too much and it's like it ain't working.
Start with eating a bunch of pancakes first. Get to where you're drunk and you really enjoy eating a bunch of pancakes, then go for trying to have sex.
Yeah.
You know,
I personally, for seasoned drinkers, I always say for guys, get 2 whiskeys in and cut yourself off. It lasts longer. You're good. You're good. And you're going to sleep like a fucking rock after you're done. You're good. You go more than that, you're fucked up. You're gonna fuck your whole game up. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Normally it's better than this. I'm sorry. That's not from personal experience, you fucking assholes.
Oh, really?
would you like a back rub?
Because that's all I can do for you. Make sure you go to the nerdpocalypse.com/Amazon. This episode is going to be off the fucking rails. I apologize up front.
There's no need to apologize. They know what this is. It's 200 some episodes. in.
They logged on and saw me.
300 episodes? How many episodes have we done?
A shitload.
I don't. Yeah, over 300. Wow, I literally couldn't remember for a second
Yeah,
there.
they know what this is.
Yeah, this is 317. Holy shit.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
There's a lot of goddamn shows.
We
Part of our
are.
lives, man.
Yeah.
Spent right here with you people.
I know it's gross. Make sure you go to the nerdpocalypse.com/Amazon. Use that link anytime you want to buy anything on Amazon. As long as you use that link, we get a little bit of a kickback. You pay nothing extra, and it's a great way to help out the show. Okay, lightning round. Terrence, you're up. I don't believe you. Let me just say
This is bullshit. First off, Gambit, the movie that everyone at this table is excited to see, is starting filming in June.
You know what? I do want to see this movie.
Do you?
I do, because I want to see how bad of a movie they can make.
What if it's good?
It's not. I don't even. What are you talking about? What if it's good?
But what if it is?
What if Cold Fusion is reached? Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I saw
Let's
the movie The Saint. It was a great documentary. Val Kilmer.
Yeah, Gambit's not going to
Poor
be
Val
good.
Kilmer.
The movie is predicated upon that chick wanting to fuck him. That's it. That's all it is.
No, that's true. That is. Laura Shula Donner just wanted to bang Channing Tatum, and she was like, "You can just make a movie."
Apparently, mission accomplished.
Right? Yeah.
Is this movie happening? This is the third, maybe fourth time.
The odds of
is
this movie happening are about as good as the odds of the Crow movie happening at this point, I think.
That's happening.
That movie's happening. What are you talking about? Jason Momoa is doing that.
Is it going to be good?
Dressed like a crow. I dig it.
Yeah. You know that line's happening.
Flying around eating trash.
By the way, Jack, you're seeing the screener for that.
I'm going on
and
a
I don't give
rampage
look,
that day.
I don't give a fuck. Oh, I'm busy. I have to take care of my daughter. I don't give a fuck. You're seeing that screener because I need to hear your full,
God.
unadulterated rage after you see that movie.
I think
that
I
the
might be in
Crow
the
is
news that
250 pounds and can throw a guy through a brick wall. No, that's what I need.
Yeah, that's the spirit of the
So
character.
this is slated to come out June 7th of 2019.
Really? That fast?
I don't believe that whatsoever.
Then it would have to start shooting like in
summer.
2 months.
They said it's
In
starting.
June.
They said they're
Really?
giving
What are
it a
the
year.
odds? What's the over-under?
Look,
0.
if it
doesn't
comes
have a
out, I
fucking
feel like I want
director.
to. I feel like I want to see it.
What?
Wasn't it supposed to
It
be
doesn't
Gore
have a
Verbinski
director.
at
What?
one point?
What's that?
It wasn't it supposed to be Gore Verbinski at
He
one point?
left. It doesn't have a current
Was it-
director. Read
was
the
it-
fucking article. It doesn't.
Wasn't Doug Lyman attached at one point?
At first?
Okay.
No, he was a second director. And then Gore Verbinski came on, and then he left because he probably was like, nah, fuck this.
How is it that Fox and DC can't fucking keep a director? Like they tricked someone into signing a contract to do a thing, and then they show up and they're like, yo, this movie sucks, I'm not doing this. And then they just leave.
I think it has to do with the fact that the scripts aren't completed. I think that's a really big problem for them.
What was the last movie Channing Tatum was even in?
Hateful Eight.
Are you sure?
That long ago?
He was in the Golden Circle.
Yeah, he was in
Kingsman.
Kingsman.
You're right. I never saw that.
And neither did I, but
Oh, he was in
He's
Kingsman.
barely in it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's not in it very well.
Yeah, he's barely in it.
He's barely in Hateful Eight either. Spoiler alert,
yeah,
gets his fucking head blown off.
Yeah, he was at the end of Hateful Eight.
Kingsman wasn't that good. Golden Circle.
I
second one?
liked
I
it.
heard the second one wasn't all that great.
Wasn't that good?
I liked it. Elton John was really good.
I was going to say, Elton John really pulled me out of it. That was the part I didn't care for.
Really?
Yeah.
Jack's a homophobe. Everyone knows.
I
was
mean,
weird to hear
it was Elton John like doing flying karate kicks.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Elton John was like playing piano one second and then drop kicking a dude through a door. It was amazing.
It was weird.
It was weird. It was
fucking
weird.
odd.
It was really weird.
I feel like I need to watch this before I go back to work next week.
I mean,
And they couldn't
You did.
wait to get a Prince song in a movie. Like, let the man's
What
body-
song was it?
Let's Go Crazy.
No,
he's
no.
been-
It's
Wait.
not even that great of a Prince. Fuck.
okay, yes it is. But he's been dead for like 3 years.
Has it been that long?
No.
See, this is why you need to be on the show more, Jack.
Prince fans.
Come anytime you want.
Dude, I
welcome
love Let's Go Crazy.
It's a fine.
Justin
Prince
Timberlake ruined it at the
It's
Super
only
Bowl.
been 2 years.
Dude, the Super Bowl was rough.
I would argue
It wasn't that bad.
I would argue any other song on the Purple Rain soundtrack is better than Let's Go Crazy.
Computer Blue is better.
Yes,
Darling Nikki.
I disagree.
The Beautiful Ones is definitely a better song. I will fight you in the street. We will pause this.
Why would they play that during a fight?
No, I'm just saying as a song. I'm not saying you should play it during a fight
Breaks
scene.
out there playing the beautiful one. That'd be really fucking weird.
You know what? But you know what? Weirdly, I think it might work.
You know what? We can go fight to the Batman soundtrack.
That's fine. All right. You know what? You got a point. Next up, Terrence.
Sharknado is still a thing, and there's going to be a sixth one, and
How?
apparently it's going to be the last one.
By the way, I wrote this on the docket the way I knew that you would read it because there's no way you knew that there were five other Sharknado movies.
I saw the first one back in 2000, whatever the fuck.
I thought they had made 3. I thought that was it.
I didn't know there were
realize there were
5 fucking Sharknado movies. What, do they come out once a year?
Ian Ziering is in these, right? And like, what's her face? Tara something. Tara Reid. She's in these.
She's not in
too.
all of them.
Boob job in
Is she dead?
Hollywood history. Her boob job is the worst in Hollywood.
Oh, it's
history.
awful.
She's
so
still
bad.
alive.
She's going to be in the 6th one.
Her boob job looks like fucking Jigsaw's face.
Yeah, it's
She-
like
a really good.
She
description,
weighs
actually.
65 pounds. Like, you can't just attach stuff to that body frame and expect it to look good.
Do you guys remember when Tara Reid was considered like attractive, like
Yeah.
during the
Yeah, yeah.
American Pie movies? I
She
was
was
like,
dating
wow,
Carson.
Tara
Oh
Reid.
yeah,
And
back
you
whenever
saw
she
it, it was
looked like a normal human being.
oh, Tara Reid.
She was still not attractive, but yeah, she at least looked like a
No, I don't.
person.
You don't remember that?
Don't act like you never saw American Pie.
Not all the way through.
You love teenage white
Yeah,
girls.
I was
I was about to
That's
say.
one of the ones I've never seen all the way through.
Really?
'Cause
This is the one you've
It
never.
seemed like very. I don't like toilet humor.
Well, this was made in the 2000s.
I don't.
Terrence likes his teenage
Was
white
it
people
2000s?
movies.
Yeah, that's
in
why.
the
At
90s.
that point, I was too old.
Just
for
the
that.
90s.
I was too
Yo,
old for those
I
white
will
people.
never forgive you for just saying the following thing. I don't like toilet humor.
I don't. I don't like
What?
fart jokes.
I'm right there with you, bro.
I don't.
I
No,
like
no,
fart.
I don't either. But to hear you say it is also just hilarious to me.
Why?
I don't know. Well, the same reason why I enjoy Can't Hardly Wait, but you watching Can't Hardly Wait is the funniest thing to me. It's the
Like,
same
I've
reason.
never been a
The
fan of fart
context
jokes and
doesn't
shit like
make
that.
sense.
I'm like, that's gross. Stop farting. It's not funny. Like, stop sticking your dick in a pie. That's not funny to me.
He only does it once.
It's
It's
one
time too many.
it's kind. It's
That's
kind
Yeah.
fair. That's fair, by the way.
It's kind of
It just didn't seem like something that I would laugh at, and I saw it and I'm like, that's not funny.
When is the last time you watched Can't Hardly Wait?
Last year,
Right before I came on the show tonight.
it was
Actually,
on television.
That's a better
my
answer than I
fucking
was
pump up
expecting.
video. I watch that shit every week before the show.
Just to hype
Jack
myself
up.
up.
I fucking
was-
love that
yeah.
movie, man.
It's
I
a
do.
good movie.
It's a great movie.
It's Jennifer Love Hewitt at her best.
Sure.
She did that.
Not a high
show.
bar to clear.
Her body is a wonderland.
It certainly is.
It was back then.
Didn't she do that Ghost show? Ghost
Yeah,
show she did?
yeah.
She did. Yeah.
Yeah, she was also on Criminal Minds for 1 season, and they kicked her the fuck off.
Yeah, because she's a terrible actress.
Yeah, she was a medium. Anyway,
This is
Sharknado. That's just how much we give a fuck about that.
Has anyone seen more than the first Sharknado?
No.
I've never even seen that.
I saw 30 minutes of the first one, and I was like, "This is the dumbest thing I've ever
It's
seen."
really fucking stupid.
I don't like movies that. I don't mind a movie that's bad and like, oh, it's cool because it's bad. I don't like a movie that purposely tries to be bad because they think they're gonna be good. No, I don't like that. Don't do that shit.
It's like I don't need to see Birdemic 2 for that same reason.
There's no need for that.
Like it was bad, and
Wait,
it was
what?
bad. Yeah, there's a Birdemic 2.
I don't.
There is a Birdemic too?
Yes,
I don't. What the fuck is Birdemic?
Oh,
I don't even know what the hell
never
you guys are
seen-
talking about.
You can't be serious.
Wow.
No, I don't know what. I have no idea what is going on right now.
All right. Look, go watch Birdemic. Look, there are only two things you need to do with Birdemic.
That Birdemic is just fucking wild.
Yeah, Birdemic is one of the worst movies of all time, but it's actually hilarious because they didn't mean to make it bad.
Okay.
Watch Birdemic, then go and listen to How Did This Get Made's episode on Birdemic, which makes that movie 10 times better than it really is. And then don't watch Birdemic 2.
I didn't even know it was a Birdemic too.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I was like, they're trying to just go to the well again. All right, next up.
Next up, Narcos star Pedro Pascal lands a key role in Wonder Woman 2.
Which they don't tell you what the role is in the article.
It's just the dude from Narcos.
He's the guy. He was also in Golden Circle, right?
Was
Yeah,
it?
he was.
Yeah, he played the
Lasso
landsman guy or whatever.
Yeah, he's the lasso guy.
Okay. I mean,
I like that guy. He's good at Narcos. It's cool to see more Latino actors kind of making it. So
I know.
definitely.
I saw earlier in the fan group today. Stu pointed out, which of course Stu knows this. He was in the Wonder Woman pilot that NBC shot and never aired. I guess.
You ever seen that pilot?
No, fuck no. Why
It's
would I watch
online. You can find it online. It's fucking terrible.
that? No, I saw that suit and I was like, nope, we're good.
Oh, really? Patent leather? This is what we're going with? All right, good job, DC. Another stellar choice. Next up.
FXX cancels Donald Glover's Deadpool series. Well, he wrote a script for Deadpool, and they canceled the show.
Yeah, him and his brother were working on this.
yeah, and they kind of blamed it on him, and he was like, "Fuck you, bitches."
Yeah, he just like released the scripts online.
Yeah.
because he was like, fuck y'all, wasn't my fault.
They said something like that his schedule was too busy to allow him to do it, and he was like, "I never said that." So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out over the next couple of weeks in the media.
I have a feeling that Donald Glover is pretty untouchable at this moment.
Oh yeah, he's like the number one actor in
Everybody
anywhere.
loves him.
Well, and especially if you're FXX, like you don't want to fuck with
You
Atlanta.
have Atlanta on
Yeah,
it.
what the
What
fuck
do
are
you want
doing?
that dude like bouncing out and taking Atlanta to some other network?
Yeah.
You
No,
want Atlanta to go to HBO?
Because you don't think they'll take it?
They'll
take it
or
fucking
Netflix or
heartbeat.
literally anyone.
Anywhere, yeah. right.
Anywhere else will take that show.
Yeah, that was
Watch
that's a
what you
weird
say.
one. Yeah, just shut the fuck
Call
up.
down the thunder, motherfucker.
But yeah, I have a feeling that they weren't ready for it being as raunchy as probably they wrote it. That's my guess.
Yeah, and I know like his comment was they were okay whenever I was handing in the scripts where I was like making fun of like a certain thing, but whenever I started handing in scripts where like I was talking about social issues, they weren't as okay with it.
Yeah, there was I saw a series of like jokes where he was talking about like, is this racist? Blah blah blah, and like kind of going down and they're like, I'm like, yo, again, Atlanta's on. Like, it's right there. Also, it's Donald Glover.
Yeah.
Are you not aware of like? Do you know who Donald Glover is?
Have you never listened to any Childish Gambino like at all?
Yeah, well, probably not. So, yeah,
And
they
it's
fucked that up.
Deadpool.
Yeah, Deadpool's gonna push the limits.
Fox.
You know what?
I mean,
Adult Swim.
In
Pick it up.
the first
Yeah.
Deadpool movie, there's a pegging scene.
Yeah.
I'm sure
like-
there will be more.
Like there's a pegging scene in the first movie. Did you really think that this dude was gonna like go? Yeah, don't worry though. I'm gonna tone it down.
Yeah, no.
We're gonna PG the shit out of this.
Right, like the movie is going to be far tamer than the cartoon would ever be. Like I don't get it. HBO, pick it up. Maybe smart. I mean, who knows who owns the rights? But if I was Marvel, I'd throw it to HBO or Netflix. Just be done with it.
Yeah, I think Marvel handles like all of their TV shit. I think.
You know, that depends on whether Ike Perlmutter wants to like get off his happy ass. So
And last up in the lightning round, Ready Player One screenwriter Zach Penn is tapped to adapt ROM the Space Knight.
Why?
I don't know what ROM the Space Knight is.
He's a Hasbro character. He is tied to the Transformers to some degree. I can tell you why. Because one, Ready Player One did well. Two, Zach Penn is a pretty good writer. He's not bad.
He wrote The Last Action Hero.
He did.
Yeah, he's done some.
X-Men
I know he's
2.
done some.
He wrote Electra.
I think he did some Supergirl. I think he did some Supergirl episodes that Kevin Smith directed, or
Yes.
maybe some Flash episodes that he directed. But I know he's done.
He's
some
involved
TV.
in the DC
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, he's done some TV stuff that ended up being good. Like I like him. I just don't understand why we're doing.
He did Behind Enemy Lines.
Oh Jesus.
The movie with fucking what's his
Owen Wilson?
You mean when Owen Wilson has to pretend to be a soldier?
Wow.
Yeah, that's weird.
Wow.
PCU.
Look, here's the
Enemy
thing.
lines.
Here's the thing, though. I like that movie.
That movie's
don't-
fucking garbage. That movie's terrible.
Look, I'm not even going to defend it, but I like that movie. You know why? Because I saw it. Sorry, I saw it on a weekend. I watched two movies. I saw Spy Game with Brad Pitt and
Oh, yeah.
Robert
And Robert
Redford,
Redford. Yeah.
And then you watched
and I saw Behind Enemy Lines.
Lines.
I was like, wow.
So what
These
you're
are rough
saying?
guys.
So what you're saying is that you made two poor choices that week.
I like Spy Game. Is it a good movie? It's
not bad.
One could argue it's not great.
It's
but
better.
it's entertaining.
It's better than the Ed Norton Robert De Niro spy movie. That's real bad.
He
No,
wore a
what
Baltimore
the fuck
Orioles
movie
cap
was
in that
that?
movie.
I fucking hate that movie.
movie?
The
I can't
Heist?
remember.
Marlon Brando was in that. It was his last
Yes,
movie.
Marlon Brando was in
Yeah.
The
that.
Heist? Is that what you're talking about?
No, it's not the
With Ed
heist.
Norton?
It's
Ed Norton and De
Vivica
Niro.
A. Fox plays Robert De Niro's wife in the movie.
Of course.
Or not, or is it? Or maybe it's Angela Bassett
That
that
movie's
plays his
fucking
wife.
garbage.
It's
You're
some
racist.
it's some way too attractive
look,
for him black woman.
Look. Robert De Niro was married to a black porn star at one point.
Charmaine Sinclair.
Yeah, he was. so put a little respect on Robert De Niro's name.
No, I'm just saying that
Robert De Niro loves black
I'm just
pussy
saying that Angela Bassett
more
and
than
Vivica A. Fox
more
are
than anybody.
they're both too attractive for Robert De Niro.
Yeah, but they're not so
all I'm
attracted for Robert De Niro's money.
Is that the score?
That's the score.
score.
Yeah, Robert
Yes,
De
that's
Niro.
absolutely it.
That movie's not very good.
Yeah, Spy Game's better than that, but like not by much.
That's fair.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, there was like a weird series of like mediocre to really shitty spy movies that just kind of got peppered out during what year did that come out?
This came out in 2001.
Yeah, that's about right.
Good lord.
Yeah, it was early 2000s.
2000s,
I mean,
Angela
Hollywood does
Bassett.
that shit all the time. They just go in cycles of like somebody finds out that someone's making a hockey movie, and then like 10 hockey movies come out, and
Right,
only
exactly.
one of them is good.
So, look, I think that ROM the Space Knight solely exists for the point of getting the Hasbro cinematic universe off the ground.
Yeah, Hasbro believes that the ROM could be a tentpole film for them.
No, it can't.
I don't know what
Here's
ROM
the
the
thing.
Space Knight is.
Here's the thing. Maybe it could, but I
No, it
doubt
couldn't.
But I doubt it. I don't like.
Is-
Is there are a lot of ROM the Space Knight fans here?
Do they throw Jason Momoa in this universe and just officially call it the Hasbro-niverse?
Oh,
Get
No,
the
that's
fuck
not
No.
good. That's terrible. It's real bad.
Yeah.
You should feel bad for eating.
Everybody gets one. You fuck up again.
It's
that was
fine.
But yeah,
fucking
Hasbro
terrible.
universe. That's real stupid.
I don't
like.
understand it.
Why are we trying to do a Hasbro universe?
Because
We're
Marvel.
out of fucking ideas.
They're-
That's why.
That's it. They're out of
No,
ideas.
but see, because Marvel, I get that, but because DC, like it doesn't work for them. So why do people just look at Marvel's success and go, "Well, we can do that"? No. Look at DC. That's what you can do. That's what you can
I
probably
mean,
do.
you say what you want about those DC movies. They make money, and that's
they
all
do.
that people care about.
Justice League made $100 million less than Suicide Squad. They make what now?
That's still
Did they make-
hilarious.
did they
to
make?
me.
They
did
make profit, though.
I guess.
That's all
the
they care
bottom
about.
line.
Yes.
But you do have to wonder at what
And if
point.
it bombs, you can write it off.
Right, but you do have to wonder at what point does making money, like making a little bit of profit. Let's say it's $100 million, right? Where is the line between making $100 million in profit and the whole idea of the bad reputation of your business?
Yeah, you are losing goodwill with your fans.
right. Like
mean,
that's what I wonder. is like,
Does
that hurt?
Hasbro care about the goodwill? Like they made
Like, there is no will.
They made two Transformers movies with
No,
Marky Mark.
No, but I'm specifically speaking of like WB, right? Like WB makes these DC movies. Like, okay, they're profitable, but at some point it starts to drag down the name of WB. At some point, is what I'm wondering.
Yeah, but that's why they're going to sell DC.
Maybe amongst the hardcore, but the average Joe
Doesn't know.
They don't know. They see Superman, Batman. All right, let's just go to this. This movie cost $300 million to make. Worldwide box office was $650.
What?
I mean, that's profit.
Wait,
Justice League.
Yeah.
Is that
Not
including
national, worldwide.
That's including. No, I mean as far as the $300 million, that's including advertising and everything.
No,
that's not including advertising.
so it probably made 150
What
to
the
200.
fuck?
Yeah, I know. Way to go.
Yeah.
It went there.
Those numbers that you always see for the budget are never including advertising.
Right.
Yo, that fucking terrible ass movie cost $300 million.
Yeah. Well, because it
Man,
had all
they had to
those
make
reshoots.
Steppenwolf.
Yeah, it was a bunch of
And that nigga,
reshoot.
he didn't look
Expensive
good.
actors too.
And it looked like shit.
Expensive actors too.
Who?
Do they?
Affleck?
Like, seriously,
Affleck-
other than
okay,
Affleck,
who
is
else?
anyone else in those movies
Cavill?
making money?
He's not a big actor.
I would imagine.
I gotta
I want to
imagine
know how
Gal
much they
Gadot.
paid him for that movie. I bet it was a lot more than you think.
Who? Affleck?
Henry
Cavill?
Cavill. Yeah.
I can see
I think
Affleck
Cavill
being
probably
paid a
made-
lot,
I bet $5 million.
Cavill-
Yeah, I'd say 5-6
Gal
million for
Gadot?
Cavill and Gal
Gal
Gadot.
Gadot? No, I mean what?
I'd say
500
Gal Gadot probably made 5 or 6 million just because
because of
Wonder
Wonder
Woman's
Woman.
you don't want to. You don't want to give Superman a lot of money and then Wonder Woman give her
Make it
$2
less.
million.
Yeah, you can't. You can't.
You don't want those options.
She's a bigger. At this point, she's a bigger character than Superman.
Yeah,
Her
they
movie
made
was
a
actually
bigger character
good.
in the movie itself.
Yeah, they
Her
did.
movie was actually good.
Yeah, she's got the best.
She's
movie.
the only one that's had one so far.
Aquaman's going to be good, guys.
Yeah.
Shut
right.
up.
I'm sure it is.
Guys, I'm standing mildly soft on Aquaman being good. I'm not going to say firm at all. I need to see a trailer first.
You know what? I would
There
like
was
to
an
see a
article
trailer.
there was an article about why there hasn't been a trailer yet. I don't know.
It was James Wan said that he doesn't want to release anything subpar. To which I said, "Dude, you're doing a DC movie. What the fuck's wrong with you?"
That's kind of the whole thing.
That's unfortunate.
All right, movie and TV news this week. The most profitable. Speaking of most profitable movies.
$15 million for Justice League for
What?
Ben Affleck. That's
Wait,
what
pause. Ben Affleck got $15 million for
according to some
for
random
Justice
ass
League.
website.
What
I just
website is
Googled
that?
it. Something
Statistic
called
Brain?
Statistic Brain? I don't know.
You know what? I believe it. It's canon.
mean,
He made
seriously.
$15 million for that movie.
15 million. Yo, come on.
Seriously, that seems cheap to me
No,
for
it's
someone
cheap.
who played
It's-
fucking Batman.
No, I mean that seems cheap.
It's
$20
cheap.
million
It's cheap in
is like the
comparison
fucking
to
big deal.
Robert Downey, but
20
Robert Downey's bringing in a lot more money.
$20 million was a big deal 15 years ago. I mean, I would imagine people are making more than that. How much did they
I mean,
pay RDJ for Infinity War?
$20 million is what Will Smith makes for fucking
For
anything,
Infinity
right?
War, no, but Robert Downey Jr. is a different animal. Like he's not.
Yeah, he's
not
back end.
because he gets a lot of back end. Shit, he made $50 million on the first Avengers movie.
Right, but it
Which
was,
is insane,
but it was,
by the way.
but
But
like
he
almost
got a lot
all
of
of that
it.
was back end money.
Yeah, it was all back end money.
I don't know, man. Affleck.
Ben Affleck does not look. Ben Affleck, I love you. If you're listening, you don't deserve $15 million for it.
Listen.
No, you were not even that good,
Dude, you were the
Listen,
bomb in Phantoms, yo. Like, why can't you get it together?
I was getting there,
not his
dude.
fault.
He needs a lot of
not
money
his
to laser off that shitty bat tattoo that he got.
That's the other best joke to make besides you're the bomb in Phantoms.
Yeah,
So,
that
good
tattoo
job.
is. Have you seen?
Oh my god, dude. He finally can't pretend that that's not a real thing anymore.
No, people know about it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like a Phoenix Rising or some shit.
It's so bad.
It's
He lost a bet, right?
it's a divorce
Didn't
is
he?
what that tattoo
was his
is. That's a
midlife
fucking
crisis.
divorce.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Jennifer Garner left him, and then he went. Fuck
He
it,
was
I
like,
guess
I'm
we're
so
done now.
sad. Just put a Phoenix
How are
on.
we still in the lightning round? What is happening?
No, we're not in the lightning round. We're past the
We're
lightning.
in the.
All right, movie and TV news this
Oh, the
week
most profitable movie of 2017? Is that where we're at?
is
Sorry.
Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
Can I talk about how terrible that movie
It
is?
deserves
No.
it deserves every fucking penny that it made.
Yeah, that's right. You're wrong.
Probably more.
Good. I'm glad we have a reasonable white man on
The
here.
movie's fucking garbage, by the way.
You're garbage.
I love that. I love that
worst
movie.
Star
But
Wars
by the
movie
way,
ever made.
that's not correct. You
don't
don't
think
even
so?
fucking believe that. You don't believe that. But did you hear George Lucas? Before we get into the numbers on this, George Lucas's ending for Luke
Yeah,
was
I did.
that he was going to die, but he was going to train Leia first. Do you like that ending for this character?
I don't know. Is it better than sucking alien titties to get milk and then
Yeah, he's gross.
dying like a wisp of a pussy on a planet that's 300 million miles away.
I would
from
argue
fucking anything.
yes, because training Leia doesn't make any fucking sense. She's old too, dude. She's old.
So
she died in real life.
Training her
before he
make
did.
more sense? Does training her make more sense than
No.
her being shot off of the bridge of a spaceship
She
and
has
then
space
using
powers.
her latent force powers to?
I had no problem with that.
You didn't? Okay.
No, I didn't.
You know what? Laura Dern helped her back on. She was force sensitive also.
Pew, 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 pew.
Listen, fuck that movie. All right, that
I'm
movie's
just sitting
terrible.
there watching because I don't give a fuck about Star Wars.
That movie sucks.
That ending sucks. George Lucas sucks. He made 3 shitty movies.
Yes.
That are fucking horrible. Everything that he's done other than the first Star Wars movie has been fucking terrible. The only reason why episode 5 and 6 are so good is because someone else wrote and directed them and
That is
took
a
him
fact.
out of the fucking
true.
equation.
I would argue that George Lucas is, in fact, the Zack Snyder of the 70s and 80s, right?
I would argue that's not fair to George Lucas, but go ahead.
I'll prove it to you. Everyone thinks, even though seeing the work that George Lucas does as a director and knows that it's shit and says it is shit, even because of that, they'll say George Lucas would have done this correct. Just like Zack Snyder, even though you saw Batman vs. Superman and you saw all the other work he's done and you know it's shit and you said it's shit, but you somehow believe that he would have done a better job doing Justice League. Zack Snyder is the George Lucas of his time. Get the fuck out of here.
I'll concede that to you.
thing.
But George Lucas never made a rape fantasy movie, so
That's true.
He did make a movie that was kind of about incest, though. Even accidentally.
well, no, that's just because he liked to lie to people and go, "I have 3 movies made." No, you don't, bitch. You had 1 movie made, and you changed course because everyone liked Harrison Ford, and you decided that Princess Leia needed to fuck Harrison Ford instead. That's what you did. You didn't have 3 stories made out. Shut the fuck up, George Lucas.
I love that he lied about it. Like, yeah, no, I planned this. Like, no.
No.
Dude, I like George Lucas. Like, I like you. You got a black wife and all. That's cool. But like, no, you didn't, dude. Like, don't lie.
The first movie's poster is Leia just grinding on Luke's crankshaft. Yeah. That's not a thing that a sister does to a brother. It's not a thing.
The Trumps would disagree with you, but like,
Unless it's
whatever.
Game of Thrones, and then apparently it is.
I mean,
Shout out to Tiara. I mean,
oh, she gonna fuck you up, and I'm not gonna edit that shit out either. Nah, I'm gonna put that shit right in there.
What a mistake.
She gonna come for you. Yo, she only lives 5 minutes from here.
She probably already heard you. She's probably on her way right now.
Next up, Netflix is working on a King Arthur. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's actually get into the numbers on this. So, Star Wars: The Last Jedi, even though Jack hates it and is wrong, is the most profitable movie of 2017. Most profitable blockbuster. The film ended its global commercial run at $1.3 billion worldwide. Yeah, it fucking did really well. So there you go. Like 1.3 billion, probably, what was it? Like a $250 million budget, I think. And even if you add in another 100 million for advertising,
Right.
that's still not bad.
It's pretty amazing for a film that came out in the middle of December.
Jesus, yeah. Well, it's interesting because we'll talk about moving movie dates to dates that are safe a little later, but I don't think they're going to have the same response as The Last Jedi had. Next up, Netflix is working on a King Arthur series based on Frank Miller's Cursed
It's weird.
book. Yeah, I'm very curious as to how this is going to work. One, this series is not out yet. Frank Miller is writing on this. It's a King Arthur series based on the perspective of the Lady in the Lake. Like she's a character, I didn't know this, but she's a character before she becomes the Lady of the Lake. So it's about her having a friendship with Arthur and all this other stuff. Are you guys big King Arthur fans?
It sounds fucking retarded, first of all. And
Donkey Braid?
that sounds like a terrible idea, first of all. And I used to be, I guess, when
I
I
love
was
how
a kid.
you were just like, I'm not, I refuse.
I'm going to stick with what I said. Fuck you.
Not connecting on
I
that.
said what I said.
Yep, that's it.
Jack is the whitest
all I
guy I know.
This sounds like a terrible idea. And I used to be a fan of that stuff when I was a kid, for sure. Knights and all that.
you're a
good
big
jazz.
nerd.
My question is, how is Frank Miller going to inject his racism and xenophobia into a King
Right.
Arthur story.
That's a good point.
And
Well,
how's he going to figure that out?
How are all the women going to look like men and also be hookers and strippers during the King Arthur times?
Yo, this guy can't draw, yo.
his art is terrible.
Oh, Frank Miller? No, he's real bad at drawing now. That's why he gets Jim Lee to do it, who's also not very good.
His
I
work
think
is
he's
too
good.
busy.
I think he's overrated.
His work's too busy. Are you? So I saw the last King Arthur movie with
With the Guy Ritchie one.
the Guy Ritchie movie. That was bad.
Oh, with Jax from
It was.
Sons of Anarchy?
yeah, Charlie Hunnam. That was fucking terrible.
I couldn't. I got like half an hour into it and I had to turn it off.
I
Couldn't watch.
DVR'd that on HBO, and it's still sitting there unwatched.
It's not a movie to watch. It's a movie to delete off of your DVD. and I don't mean that to be. I don't mean that to be completely rude, but like it's not a movie that you should watch.
Funny.
Are you guys like? I wouldn't even ask if you're excited about this particular story, but like, do people care about King Arthur anymore?
If you're asking
No.
if I'm a King Arthur
Do they?
fan, the answer is no.
Have you ever watched any King Arthur stuff that you liked? That's a better question.
First Night was good.
What are you talking about? What is that?
That's what's his name?
The one with the Joker.
No, that's the one with
No, you're thinking
Christ.
of
I can't remember the dude's name. It escapes me. The guy in Pretty Woman, Richard Gere,
Yeah,
plays Lancelot. That's not bad. The original.
you're thinking of Knight's Tale, Micah.
Oh.
the original
People like
Excalibur.
Knight's Tale. Black
From
Knight?
the 70s.
With Martin?
When Jack said
look,
his
I
movie,
would like
I
to
immediately
just-
went to Black Knight.
I just want to just pause the show for a second. I'm so sorry to our listeners. We're drunk, and it is what it is. But thanks for
Stuff's
listening.
happening in here.
Yeah,
I'm not
like,
drunk.
he said
talking
fucking
about? All right.
black.
All right,
Took
so-
place in the time of King Arthur, right?
So Jay,
Shut up.
so Jay,
I've never seen it.
in answer to your question, does anyone give a
doing
shit
up
about King
black?
Arthur?
Black and black cinema.
How much do you guys think they spent on King Arthur: Legend of the Sword?
Which one is that?
Yo,
Too
they-
much.
No,
couldn't have been-
that's the latest one. That's the one
That's the
with
Guy Ritchie
fucking
one.
Jude Law and Guy Ritchie did it, and Charlie Hunnam's in it and
150
shit.
million.
That was a big movie because they wanted like 8 of those movies.
Yeah, they spent.
So they spent $175 million
Jesus
on it.
fucking Christ! Get the fuck
How
out of
much?
here.
How much do you guys think it made?
40 million.
No,
million.
no. I'll give you domestic. How
It
much do
made
you
it
think
back.
it
I
made?
think it made it back.
$75.
Domestically,
Domestic.
10
million.
15 million.
39 million domestic for a total of 104. It didn't even make its goddamn budget back. It made $148 million.
Give a fuck about
So no
King
one
Arthur.
cares. Like worldwide, nobody cares about King Arthur. Why are they doing another King Arthur project?
Netflix, they got money to burn.
Look here. Okay, here's the thing. I would argue that Excalibur is a damn good King Arthur movie.
Yeah, me too.
That's a damn
Yeah,
good King
it's a
Arthur
good
movie.
movie.
It's also weird because you get to see Patrick Stewart as he's young, which is strange, right?
Yeah, it's like Dune is another weird Patrick Stewart young with hair movie.
Yeah. So make a fucking series. A series makes much more sense than a movie because
that's
you
what
could
they're
make a
doing.
series. You could, Amazon has been looking at. We're actually going to talk about Amazon in an upcoming story in this episode, but they're looking for a Game of Thrones sort of like series.
Yeah, they have Lord of the
Look at
Rings.
this.
Fucking yeah, they do. But King Arthur is another good one. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot to that fucking lore. If you could drag it out to like Arthur's son and all that other shit in like season 5.
Yep.
Like there's a lot going on. I don't understand why Excalibur in its weird 1980s like Return to Oz-esque style is the best fucking King Arthur story we've ever gotten. It's really weird. It doesn't seem to
I
be
would
that
argue
hard.
that Disney's The Sword in the Stone is probably the best. King
Okay,
Arthur
that's
story.
fair. I will give you that one too.
Legends of Tomorrow did King Arthur also.
You get the fuck right out of here.
I didn't. Is that in the new season?
No, that was in the last season.
Yeah, I fell asleep. Mike is
What,
very
the show?
quick. Yeah.
Pretend you didn't say any of those things.
I'm not into that.
Not into
only
White
King
Kings?
Arthur, the only King Arthur movie I saw was the King Arthur movie directed by Antoine Fuqua
Oh yeah, he did do a movie.
Yeah.
No, with Clive Owen?
with
Oh,
Mr.
yeah!
Fantastic.
Yeah,
forgot
yeah.
about
Clive
that.
Owen and I think Keira Knightley.
Keira
Yeah, it is
Knightley.
Keira Knightley. 'cause
Oh,
they
yeah.
gave
The
her-
Kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
No,
was
not
not
the
terrible.
Kingdom. Not the
King
Kingdom.
Arthur.
It was
was
called
just King Arthur.
Arthur.
Yeah, yeah.
That was not a terrible
No,
movie.
the Kingdom was.
Yeah, the Kingdom was it was
Jamie
just
Foxx?
another. No, the Kingdom. Well, yes. I
Oh,
think
you're
so.
thinking of the one
No, the
with
Kingdom was
Orlando Bloom.
Orlando
Legolas.
Bloom, but it was another. It was just another like medieval.
Yeah. I actually like that movie. That movie wasn't bad.
I own that movie as a director's cut on DVD.
It's gross.
It's like
you really don't love yourself.
It's like 3.5 hours.
So
long.
you hate money.
Yeah, you just lighting it on fire down in Nashville. Like, you don't give a fuck?
I got that shit for free whenever I worked at GameStop. I just like took it.
Gross.
No,
You worked at
I
GameStop
mean-
too? Jesus fucking Christ.
You know what's really funny about that?
How
though?
is it like 19 people out of this network? I'm the only person. No, you know
I
what?
think you are the only.
Me and
person.
Demetrius are the
Yeah,
only
you
two
and Demetrius.
motherfuckers who never worked at GameStop. He probably did secretly. He just don't want to talk about
No,
it.
he probably wanted to.
Here's the
Yeah, he's
important
a
thing.
big dork.
The important thing, Jay, is that everyone at this table doesn't work for GameStop anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Fuck
That's
GameStop.
the secret.
There's only one man who's still repping GameStop hard.
None of us are shitbags enough to
Hey,
continue.
guys, he's my tag team partner at WrestleMania. Calm down. Okay, calm down.
That's true.
We're facing Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan. Calm down.
Oh. The fucking bearded menace. and watch wearing motherfucker. See you next Monday. Next
Dude,
up.
so just as an aside, that whole watch thing that Brad does, I thought that was like some spam bot that followed me on Instagram one day, and I was like, what the fuck is this bullshit?
Who is this guy? Holy
What
shit,
is
it's him.
what is this horse shit? And then Brad talked about Advanced Pixels, and I felt bad. And I was like, oh, I guess I will follow it back.
My first
No,
thought
Brad's
was,
good, man.
does
He actually
any-
does a good job.
My first thought was, how does anybody who worked for GameStop have any expendable income whatsoever? I mean, I was like, are you stealing these watches, motherfucker? Where are you getting these watches from?
Especially the watches he has. Them things ain't cheap.
Yo, Brad is not buying
Yo,
food for
yo,
his family, dude.
Yo,
Brad,
that nigga
be a
sells-
better father,
He
man.
sells
Buy-
Mac.
Be a better father.
Yo,
Let me tell you something.
Stop starving your family. You can get your fancy watches, you son of a bitch.
Brad holds the record, has to be, for the longest term GameStop employee in history
He's like-
that has never
But
amounted
he's
to
like
anything.
the CEO of GameStop.
No, he's not, though. That's the thing.
Brad is the CEO of GameStop.
GameStop?
You've heard it here first. Fuck
GameStop
that.
is really
I mean, he
good
has to
at
be right.
firing
You
you.
got a lot of money. You got a lot
Brad
of
has got
disposable income.
Brad's got some fucking landscape money with all his goddamn watches. Either that or Brad is stealing from stores.
I was just going
Which
to
is
say, Brad
irresponsible.
is
Or he's
a white
doing-
criminal.
or he's
Brad is a
fucking-
white collar criminal. He is like running that Superman scheme on somebody's bank account where they round off the fucking pennies and it goes into your
You
bank
know what?
account.
That's true.
Brad is doing some shit behind the scenes.
Yeah, he's doing it opposite.
There's some shit behind
You
the
know
scenes.
what?
my
I believe
favorite
that. Look.
Nobody is that
If
nice.
the FBI is listening, and I know that you are, arrest Brad.
Yeah, no, for real.
He's a shady motherfucker.
He's got a lot of watches.
Yeah, he really does. I saw him.
That
They're
would be
real.
fucking hilarious. Brad just gets busted. He's like, "What the fuck is happening?"
We just swatted Brad. The FBI shows up. Every agent walks out with a new watch.
I knew this shit is good. This shit
He's
is
like, yo,
lit.
this shit is fire.
Fucking
son.
bust
Yo,
was
this
dope.
is the one from James Bond. I saw the video. Shit is dope. It's super dope. No, but you should watch the Budding Watch Enthusiast. Brad does a good job on that show. It's on YouTube.
For now.
Yeah, before he gets arrested. I hope he does a live show.
GameStop money.
Yeah, that's right. Brad's
He
got
might
all
be
the
the
shit.
CEO. We just don't know it.
He might be.
Yo, what if he was?
Maybe he just like sells all the free games he doesn't give to you and Micah. He just sells them on fucking eBay.
Yo, don't say that.
No, don't say that shit. Don't even play with that shit.
Yeah,
It's a great way
no,
to get
no,
fired
no.
from GameStop.
Yeah, no, don't do that. Next up, 20th Century Fox. This is the reason why we brought Cam in. 20th Century Fox pushes back X-Men Dark Phoenix and New Mutants. And let me get into the details, Cam, before you have a heart attack. X-Men Dark Phoenix, which was scheduled to hit theaters on November 2nd, 2018, will now open February 14th, Valentine's Day. Valentine's, because we're black. Valentine's Day, 2019. And then New Mutants by Josh Boone, which was originally scheduled to open April 13th of this year, has been moved back now to February 22nd, 2019.
No, it's been pushed to August.
Oh,
2nd.
I'm sorry. And then pushed again to August 2nd, 2019. I was like, wait, those are way too close. So, Cam, you're the guest. I would like to hear your opinion on this. How excited are you for these movies?
Can I just, to steal a phrase from a mediocre man that I know, dude, I fucking told ya. I fucking told ya when that goddamn trailer got released that New Mutants looked like shit and I didn't like it. And fuck Fox. God damn it, I'm gonna fight them. I'm gonna fight them so hard.
Yo.
Like, this is the equivalent of, like, if they made a movie where Doctor Doom actually had the full-on goat legs, I feel like Micah would want to fight them
I get it
very
now,
hard.
I get it.
So when people ask, what's your favorite comic book character? Obviously, mine's Captain America. I mean, I have Captain America shields on my chest. So it's not like Magic and her team are my favorite characters, but they are my favorite X-Men group.
I thought you had the Patriots tattooed on your chest.
You know, Patriots on my arm.
I figured you just had like a big chest tattoo.
What gay thing do you have on your right arm?
I actually have the top of the first Avengers. I actually have the top of the first Avengers comic on my,
God damn it.
right arm.
That's not it. That is not something we can make fun of.
Fuck you.
Where's your Tom Brady tattoo?
It's on his ass.
Where you can't. I keep.
It's on my dick, but it just spells out "b."
It's avocado ice cream, and I like to have it just right there where he can only see it. Anyway, but yeah, I don't give a shit about Dark Phoenix because nobody does. And who could possibly care about that fucking shit show of a movie? But I really care about New Mutants. Like that's my X-Men team. Like a few years ago, there's a great X-Men podcast. It used to be called Rachel and Miles Explain the X-Men. Now it's called Jay and Miles Explain the X-Men because Rachel went through a change, and now she's Jay. And but she's a better Jay than you are.
That seems about right, actually.
But yeah, they clued me into how good New Mutants are. So I started reading New Mutants, and I fell in love with New Mutants. And a lot of people like their X-Men is the Storm-led X-Men or the Cyclops-led X-Men or I guess maybe the Wolverine kind of one, whatever. Mine is New Mutants. So I love the New Mutants, and the fact that they made a movie, I was at first excited about it. Then they announced the cast. Really good cast.
Yeah, it's actually a lot of good young actors.
I'm so offended at what they have done with this movie. I do. I want to fight them. Like, if I saw someone at AwesomeCon this weekend and they were wearing a name tag that said Fox's Egg, I would be in jail because I would fight him.
I am amazed by the fact that there are no movies that get pushed back this much that end up being good. No. There are none. People are like, oh no, maybe this will make a better film. I'm like, oh, that's cute. You're doing the writing thing, on your bullshit website to try to keep fans positive. No, a movie that gets pushed back at this point. What is it? New Mutants got pushed back how many months from its original date?
Was April this year to November of next year, right?
Or to August of next year.
Or August of next year.
Right, it's more than a year pushed back. Did Justice League turn out good after being pushed more than a year? No. This is a problem. Now, I will say this. Look, at this point, I thought New Mutants, they were like, oh, it's going to be a horror movie, and I thought that was a clever idea, and I was like, all right, cool. Josh Boone's a good director. All right. At this point, being pushed back more than over a year, this is trash. This is going to be absolute fucking trash. What's also interesting is they're pushing it to August, which means that's either right before or right after Disney acquires Fox. So does Disney just shelve this thing and go, nah, fuck that, we're not putting this out? Or do they let it go and let it rock and just watch it just blow up in their face?
Listen, at this point, I think Kevin Feige has not seen an ounce of footage.
Oh, I think he has.
No, I don't think he has. I think eventually Kevin Feige will see footage. And he will fucking burn it. And then they will go, oh, well, we have another copy. We have a digital copy. And he will burn that. And every time they say they have another copy, he will burn it. This movie's never coming out. Because Kevin Feige is going to make sure that it doesn't fucking come out.
How far along is it in production?
No, it's done. Allegedly they're reshooting 50% of the movie to add some other character in, which...
And make it scarier.
I mean, if it's done...
That's bullshit.
If it's done...
It was supposed to come out in 2 weeks.
There's no harm in putting it out if it's done. Maybe not a wide theatrical release. Maybe make it one of those movies that gets made and then is straight to video or something like that. I mean, look, that doesn't bode well for the movie, but you got to recoup those losses, man. You got to recoup.
How are you going to recoup those losses?
You got to put the movie out.
Do you?
Yeah.
I feel like Disney's got enough money to just eat that.
They do.
Yo.
I think they do, man. Because look,
Plus, I just want to see a bunch of X-Men people cry.
Why?
you ain't shit.
I would never wish goat leg Dr. Doom upon you, Michael.
Oh no, I would. I
don't
would.
believe that
Slow down. Don't sell yourself short. No, I absolutely.
Hey man, I went through it with Fan 4-Stick. You got to spread that shit around.
Yeah, no, that's right.
You got to make some. I want everyone to go to have the experience of spitting on a movie poster as they walk out of the theater.
He literally did that. That's
did
not
that.
a joke that we tell on the show. Like, oh, that was really funny. No, he really did that. That was some
fucking
repugnant shit.
Fucking mad.
Yeah, that was some repugnant shit.
That
really
movie,
was.
that movie deserves that. It really does.
Yeah,
Be
no,
that
I'm not
as it
saying it
may.
doesn't.
Like,
saying.
one should not spit on a movie poster.
He was
But,
so mad.
but yeah. So Dark Phoenix, like, what? I mean, are they also reshooting stuff, or are they just pushing it back just to push it back?
no,
It's probably terrible.
it's
no. Remove that. Probably.
It's
it's
terrible.
terrible. Look,
So they're
again,
gonna release it in
people
February.
told me, I was told that Simon Kinberg, because he wrote other movies that were successful, that Simon Kinberg could jump into the director role on his debut and handle a massive franchise. And I believe I said that this movie is going to be shit. And I am going to preemptively say that I was fucking right, but I will wait until the movie eventually comes out to say that.
So
but it's gonna be shit.
I will say for Simon Kinberg, it's really weird. He does really good on he did Star Wars Rebels,
And that's what- yeah,
the
everyone says
animated
that's
show.
good.
Like he does a good job on things that are not X-Men related.
I don't think he gets the X-Men.
Yeah, I don't know what the fucking I don't know if Bryan Singer, just Smooth Young Boys, Bryan Singer has corrupted him and made him not realize what the X-Men are, because Star Wars Rebels, it's similar to what the X-Men should be.
Right.
Like it's a band of fucking people fighting against people who are trying to oppress them. Like
Right.
it's
What was
similar to what it should be.
What was the last X-Men movie? X-Men Apocalypse?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that you refused to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much did it make? The domestic gross was 155.
Jesus.
Worldwide gross was over 500. Like again, I know these movies are terrible, but you can't forget the bottom line, man.
People of the world, stop going to see these movies, please. Let them die.
That's what
General
I'm saying.
public.
This thing will still come out.
Just like
Yeah, but
spectacle.
you're talking about a $543 million budget on $178 million, or excuse me, a $543 million worldwide take on a $178 million budget. Let's say you add another $100 million to advertising,
And they advertised the shit out of that movie.
That's not great. That's not great for them. For a franchise that is as more established, it's been around longer than the MCU.
I
and it's
understand.
more
I
established.
understand
Days of
but
Future Past made what, like 800 million, 700 million, something like
Seven, like
that?
high
Yeah,
sevens.
because it made less than Deadpool.
Yes,
I
high
understand that,
sevens.
but that's enough of a profit to make the juice worth the squeeze.
Yeah, no, it is. But at some point, you have to look at okay. So one of the things I've been thinking about this week, in reference to the story, is X-Men: Dark Phoenix moved from November, which is not a super dangerous time to put a blockbuster out, right? But this is X-Men. This is a movie. This is a series of movies that has come out summertime almost every time these movies come out, right? It's moved to November, right? Which means they were like, this first-time director, maybe we're not sure to put him in that killing field of May. Okay. But now it's moving from November to February.
Yeah, but Black Panther made a lot of money in February.
And that's what they're looking at.
And that's why they're going to get burned,
They're
because
looking
they
at
think that's the
Deadpool.
reason why it was successful.
They're looking
It
at
wasn't.
Deadpool and seeing a bunch of money. They're looking at Black Panther and seeing a bunch of money. And now they're going to be like, hey, maybe February is the new hotness.
It's not, though. That's not, but that's the problem, is Deadpool and Black Panther were both good movies. That's the fucking difference.
I mean,
this is not.
I'm sure they think they have a good movie.
No,
you're right.
No,
I'm sure
they don't. They've seen it. They don't think it's
I just want to put all the cards on the table. Like, I know we all, like, sometimes people get into their feelings, not, anything personal. I'm the same fucking way. But sometimes people get in their feelings about these movies, like, well, this fucking thing sucks. But sometimes that don't matter.
No,
it doesn't matter
it
in
clearly
the case
doesn't.
of
This
these
is the
movies
fucking
because
12th
they
of
make a
these.
bunch of
No,
them and they make a lot of money.
Yeah,
People like garbage.
I don't think it matters.
I like
for
a lot
Dark
of
Phoenix.
garbage.
It does matter for New Mutants. New Mutants is a much more unknown concept than the
They
Dark
gotta
Phoenix.
nail it.
I think it matters for New Mutants if you want more New Mutants.
And
I don't think you can get any more.
Right.
I want New Mutants from a competent studio like Marvel.
Right, but I think honestly, if New Mutants is bad, let's say if New Mutants gets look, if New Mutants
you ain't getting another one.
look, if New Mutants makes it to theaters, because that's still a question, right? Maybe we push it back. Maybe we push it back a little bit. Kevin Feige said we can't do it. Right?
They pushed this shit back a year and like 3 months.
Right, like that's what I'm saying.
That's crazy.
So if New Mutants actually makes it to theater, let's say that it does, and it's a bomb, which it will be. Let's get real. It will be. If that's the case, you're never getting another one of those. It's not going. Kevin Feige's not going to take. Oh yeah, Josh Boone's idea was great. It just was a shitty movie. No, he's going to scrap it. He's not going to put that shit into the MCU. He's going to scrap it. He's going to concentrate on the X-Men, the core team, and then eventually they'll break out into these other teams. So this movie is irrelevant. It's not going to be a fucking hit. It's not. A movie that gets pushed back 13 or 15 months, rather, is not going to be a hit. There is. What is the movie that's ever been pushed back that far and be like, yeah, they really fucking nailed it?
I mean, I don't know of movies that have been pushed back. I don't have that information off the top of my head.
There are none. The answer is 0. There are none.
I mean, I'm sure there's been some movie that's been pushed back.
What's the movie with
Aquaman
that?
gonna be
What's
a
the
big
movie
hit?
with that car?
Aquaman wasn't pushed back. It's going to not be a hit, but it's...
There was a movie that this kid. It was a car involved.
Talking about Herbie the Love Bug?
No, it was like an animated car that ate things.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know what I'm talking
about. That cartoon where the little boy turned into a fucking like
no,
red car?
It was a movie that came out a year ago.
I do know what you're talking about. It was like a truck. It was like a pickup truck.
Yes.
It had the kid from X-Men. He played Havoc.
Yeah.
Lucas Till. He played Havoc.
Yeah, it was
How
like
good
a
was
pickup
that,
truck.
Terrence?
Yeah. You know what? I hope at some point in that movie that he looks at the truck.
Monster trucks.
Yes.
God
that
damn
movie
it.
got pushed back like 2 years.
I hope
was
at some point he looked at the truck and said, "Wreak
why
havoc."
that movie came out was because the producer's kid liked it.
What?
Yeah.
That is unacceptable.
Yeah.
It came out and made like $12. But it got pushed back for like 2 years.
But that's what I'm saying. If a movie gets pushed back, like all these articles are like, oh, they're trying to make it scarier. No, they're trying to fix all the shit that's in it that doesn't make any sense. That's why.
Right. Well,
it's a lie.
It's like those movies that are blacklist scripts for like 10 years and then finally someone makes it. It's almost never good. Yeah. Like there's a reason why no one wanted to make the movie.
Yeah. Exactly.
And it's usually not because it was fucking great.
Yeah. So good luck to that,
Fox knows
guys.
what they're doing.
In short, fuck you, Fox. I hate you. Give the X-Men back to Disney, please. Thank you.
I got to tell you, man, Kevin Feige is probably laughing his ass off because he's like, wow, these X-Men movies were something. I can't wait for you guys to see what we do with them.
Yeah, but I mean, just think like they're sabotaging them like they did Marvel versus Capcom. Like Marvel's bad. They do stuff where like stuff doesn't get to make money because it's not Marvel and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, I'm looking at a list of these movies. Yeah, these movies pretty much suck.
Wait, what's that?
I'm looking at a bunch of movies that were pushed back.
Like, what?
Yeah,
go down the names. Go down the names. Go down the names. Go down the names. Just give me top 5.
You see how I am when I know I'm wrong? I even put myself out there like that.
Skip vocal.
You just can't let me just let me fall on that sword. You want me to fall on the sword and then you're gonna step on my back while I'm on it.
And then cut your head off with it. Yeah, no, that's
yeah. Jay's Jerry and you're George.
Yeah,
apparently, Star Wars Episode 8 that was pushed back 6 months.
Wait, which one was Episode 8?
The first one. Not the first one, but the one before The Last Jedi.
But Episode 8 made a lot of money.
Attack of the Clones?
No.
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
Episode 8.
Yeah. Well, I didn't hate that one. But
right. Godzilla 2, Power Rangers, Pitch Perfect 3, Maze Runner, The Death Cure.
Now, in fairness, that got pushed back because that kid almost died.
Yeah.
Like, that wasn't a creative issue.
Somebody almost died?
The main character got run over by a truck.
Yeah.
Oh, the dude that was in American.
You're an asshole.
The kid that was an American Assassin.
Yeah.
He got hit by a truck.
He got literally run over
assassin.
by a truck.
Yeah,
Some
during the film.
assassin.
Yeah,
You
well,
shit.
I mean,
He's not a real assassin, you dickhead.
He wasn't trained by Batman.
Aquaman was supposed to come out in July.
And that movie will suck.
really?
Oh. Jason
Well,
Momoa.
good luck.
Yeah, sorry, dude.
The God Particle. Everybody remember that? That was
No.
pushed. I was pushed out of theaters.
All
I
right.
don't even remember that movie.
That's on Netflix. You can check it out.
Cloverfield. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Close.
yeah. That movie's not good, guys.
I didn't.
I watched the first 30 minutes. I didn't care enough.
I fell asleep.
So yeah, those were a couple, and yeah,
Damn.
they don't. Jupiter Ascending.
Oh.
Yeah.
G.I. Joe Retaliation.
Oh.
Ew.
Yeah, motherfucker. You and I saw that shit together. Go ahead and tell that lie. That thing was a piece of gold.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
but the Rock was in that one, right?
Who can forget the cinematic masterpiece that was Jack Ryan's Shadow Recruit?
Holy shit. I saw the screener for that. I was so mad. I was like, where is Jim from The Office? It has to be better than this.
All right, well, I am
Captain
wrong.
Kirk was not
How
good
about
at that. Next up, Amazon. Supposedly, Amazon may pay $1 billion to adapt the Hugo-winning Chinese novel, The Three-Body Problem.
Why?
Because it's like one of the most popular books in Chinese history. Incidentally, I'll give you the log line for this. Set against the backdrop of China's Cultural Revolution, a secret military project sends signals into space to establish contacts with aliens. An alien civilization on the brink of destruction captures the signal and plans to invade Earth. Meanwhile, on Earth, different camps start forming, planning to either welcome the superior beings and help them take over a world seen as corrupt, or fight against the invasion. The result is a science fiction masterpiece of enormous scope and vision. Okay.
Is that $1 billion American dollars?
Yes. Let's go with that.
That
I don't
seems
know.
like a
I
lot
don't
of
know.
money.
It seems like a lot.
Bezos knows he doesn't have to spend all of his money, right? Like he can save some of it.
I mean, here's the thing. What's $1 billion to Jeff Bezos?
Right?
That's fair.
Like,
I-
he's like, that's 116th of the amount of money I have.
Like, can you imagine if
that's
Jeff
gross.
Bezos like went to McDonald's and they were like, "Hey man, what off the dollar menu do you want?" And he's like, "They still make dollars."
Like, you ever seen that picture of fucking Puff Daddy where he's like counting his money at a basketball game and he's got a $1 bill in his hand? He's like, what the fuck is this? That's Jeff Bezos. Anytime he sees $100 bill. Ugh, gross. Next up, there's interesting news about the casting for Captain Marvel, which just started production recently. Apparently, Clark Gregg as Agent Coulson, Lee Pace, and Digimon Hansu are also. Yeah, that's right. His name is Digimon. I don't know, fuck that. I don't care if it's Digimon, whatever. Digimon Hansu, and they're all coming. They're all going to be in this movie. So it's set in the 90s.
No, it's set in the 90s.
Yeah,
That makes
no,
sense.
it makes sense. Like Coulson is probably going to get that FX makeup that they put on Kurt Russell in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 and make him look all young and shit.
Probably true.
And yeah, he'll like in the 90s. I guess. Well, fuck, how the fuck is he not going to be in it? And May's not, because the whole thing with Agents of Shield is they were partners.
Who says they're not going to be in it?
That's a fair point.
I mean, look.
Listen, she doesn't even need the makeup. Just put her in it. She
really
still
does.
looks that good.
She really doesn't need the makeup.
Yeah, just put on that Chun-Li dress.
Or that weird ninja balaclava she had that showed her entire face. I was like, this is the worst ninja outfit I've ever seen. I mean, this is terrible. But yeah, that's kind of cool. Like, it's cool to have all of them back.
It's good redemption possibly for Lee Pace, because Ronan was not great.
I agree with that. And that sucks because Lee Pace is a damn good actor.
Yeah, no, that's not his fault. Like, he wasn't very good, but I just don't think they wrote a very good part for him in the movie. Yeah. So this could be good. And Korvath, Digimon, as you like to call him, Hunson, that could be good for him too. He was fine.
Yeah, I liked him. I liked him in Guardians, but yeah, he needed more to do. So I'm cool with it. So bring him back. That's fine. All right. Make sure you go to thenerdpocalypse.com/premium. Sign up. It's $5 a month or $50 for the full year. You get video episodes of this show. You also get full episodes of Look Forward, which is our political podcast that I co-host with Andy. You also get full episodes of No Time to Bleed, which is our action movie podcast. And there's a brand new episode of The Men with the Golden Tongues as well. And airing of grievances. that Mike and I host will be back next week, which is our Seinfeld podcast. Again, it's $5 a month or $50 for the full year. thenerdpocalypse.com/premium. All right, what the fuck brought to you by JTD. Micah, you're up.
A 20-year-old woman recently made headlines in Thailand after posting photos of her enormous tattooed eyebrows on social media. They had been permanently inked by a cheap, inexperienced tattoo artist, but the woman was lucky enough to have them corrected for free by a kind-hearted beauty therapist.
How the fuck do you correct that?
I think you just tattoo like flesh color over your.
Nah, yo, she looks dope.
If you can't control C that shit, you can't correct it. There's no other way, man.
Jack, you're not dating a woman with eyebrows like this.
It looks like fucking Goblins on her face.
That's the opposite of good.
What font is that they used?
That's Comic Sans.
Is it Comic? Oh God.
I think the size of the font is the problem here.
Yeah,
whereas
that could
this
be
is
true.
like
Yo,
18 point.
Yo, she's got a G-Shock watch on and big ass eyebrows. Like everything is big. This woman is all about things that are oversized.
Except for the penis that's having sex with her.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's Thai, so her dick's probably gigantic.
God damn it. Why'd you beat me to it?
Episode brought to you by whiskey.
The woman
This is why we don't have him on the show all the time.
the woman who goes by
It's gonna get us in trouble.
Kanyarat Du Chai Chan on Facebook reportedly decided to get her eyebrows permanently tattooed last year after finding a tattoo artist willing to do it.
I mean, that's a common. By the way, that's a common thing.
Money, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's very common. actually.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus.
tattooed eyebrows are common.
Unfortunately, the age-old saying "you get what you pay for" once again proved true, as Ms. Chai Chan was left with two giant slug-like tattoos over her eyes.
Gross.
This is pretty goddamn sad.
I do like that in the first photo that they show in the story, they have her eyes blurred out for some reason, but in every other photo it shows her entire face.
Right. She's like, nah, don't look at me. Nah, but now you can look at me. Yo, she looks like a boss. I respect it.
Yeah, the
Christ.
boss of the eyebrows. Right? Like the one you got to fight to beat the game.
Yeah, like eyebrows the game. Like she's Mrs. X. Like you got to meet her on the top of the tower. Jack, you tell me you're not dating a woman with these eyebrows.
Nope.
You fucking racist.
Suspect.
Yo, you can't look. You can tell how she feels about things. Like it's like a woman having a tail. Like she looks angry. I fucked up.
Yo, this is really sad, man.
Cam,
She should be fucking starring a cutscene of a Sonic.
Cam,
game.
you telling me you're not dating this woman?
No.
Are you single?
Yes.
You might want to.
not
You might
only-
want to lower. You might want to lower your expectations. This is what's out there. This is the only thing that's out there. This is the only thing that's left.
You know what? I'm good.
You're like, yeah, I just jerk off.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
fine.
good too.
I would rather date a fan of the DC universe before I would date her.
Okay, well,
Yeah, that's Stu.
yeah, Stu, yeah. Look, come stateside. You got yourself a boyfriend.
They show a video of her getting these things
Reduced.
removed.
Reduced? It's not they're not breasts.
Apparently, you shine a strobe light on tattoos to remove them, or is
Oh,
that
okay,
a-
yeah, that makes sense.
It's a laser.
Yeah.
So oh man, this is one step closer to the reality that is Final Destination 5.
God damn it! Shut up.
That's what happens, right?
This is
I mean,
what
look, it's better than getting your whole goddamn face tattooed.
Look. That
Oh,
is.
yeah.
Is
By
it-
the way, that's going to be
is
the
it-
big business in 10 years, 10, 15 years. That'll absolutely be the big business of everybody getting all those stupid face tattoos removed. Oh, I didn't know I shouldn't have gotten 69 tattooed on my forehead. Yeah, I try to get a job.
Only
what
at
about that guy
GameStop
that-
can you get hired with a fucking 69?
I mean, ironically, Brad still has a 69 tattoo in his forehead. It's weird.
That's true. He just wears a headband like LeBron.
It's funny when Cam is here, we rip on Brad. When Cam is not here, we continue to rip on Cam. That's fair. That's fair. You're here. You got the high ground.
It felt weird with the talking about the the listener comments, and I couldn't make fun of you because you're sitting right here and you didn't comment. Otherwise, I would have made fun of you.
I actually thought about leaving a comment, but I was like, I'm going to be on the show. Why the fuck would I do that?
We've got to keep up this theoretical.
Yeah. You got to keep up the
theoretical hatred.
Oh yeah, no, I hate your guts. Like I wore a Red Sox. I wore a Red Sox hat here on
it's
purpose.
Not really theoretical. Jack's like, yes, theoretical. Sure, theoretical.
I had to find all my tires slashed. Cam got here 10 minutes ahead of time. Fuck.
Yeah, this is a bad move.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like this is the natural progression of, like, I see all these women, like, getting their eyebrows arched, and they look like fucking caterpillars, but they're, like, super sharp and shit. I'm like, yo, why are they so big?
Get the fuck out of here.
Can you just calm down? Just relax. Everybody, just chill out. All right, Jack, you're up.
All right, this is a really weird story, so
that's why
try to stick with me on this one. The story is entitled "Big Buck Contributions Come from Surprising Source in Texas Politics."
Sperm.
It's definitely about semen, right?
That's my first thought.
All right, so candidates for
Anytime I search "big buck" on Pornhub, it comes up.
candidates for
I
the
don't
House.
search for that. I don't search for that.
Listen, this takes some explanation.
Pause.
Candidates that are trying to get a seat in the state House of Representatives can receive monetary and non-monetary donations, right? Doesn't matter what state you're in.
Right.
And they're only allowed to receive a certain amount of so much, right? So they get monetary donations, then they get non-monetary donations. And this particular candidate, Democratic candidate for the state of Texas, received $51,000 worth of deer semen donations.
No. Yes.
So this is a non-monetary
He got my
contribution.
letter.
This is why this is key. This is like a key side hustle if you're a politician, okay? So this is considered a non-monetary donation. So they were donated straws of deer semen, which are worth approximately $1,000 a piece. I would imagine, you ever chew on those honey sticks?
I cannot.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you're a kid and you go to the orchard and you get those honey sticks. So I would imagine this is just a sealed straw of semen.
Jizz.
Yeah, just hot deer jizz. Okay?
Jesus Christ.
Donated to this woman who then turned around and was able to auction them off for a cool $51,000.
Wow.
For a,
How much can I sell
for a
my
campaign.
semen for?
If you're not a deer, not as much.
I think like $200. I don't know.
Yeah, they're not gonna.
I
They're
think,
not gonna.
like,
Wait, whoa. That was a highly
Pretty
specific
specific
number.
You take the shit off on your taxes or something,
what?
Cam? Like, what's
Kev
going
was
on?
like, I'm not saying
Hold on, let me
anything.
pull
I'm
out the
just saying.
receipt.
Like,
I gotta fucking...
look, I mean, rent was due. I mean, yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do.
So I had to buy a new watch.
Brad
At
right
least
now
you're
is
doing that
like,
shit legitimately.
look, Brad is like, that's a
I can
fucking
stop
good
killing
idea.
people.
Stop selling meth. All right.
Yeah, so this is an underhanded way
$51,000 in jizz.
political candidates to make money if you live in a redneck state.
$51,000 in jizz is
Yes.
not bad. That's
$51,000 in jizz is the name of my band, actually, my punk band.
I believe that.
How much in volume is $51,000 in
that's my
jizz?
question.
How many deer straws is $51,000 in jizz?
Like, what the fuck?
Can you take them all home?
Like, is this like the streets of Baltimore? Are we selling yellow tops out here? Like, what's happening?
Yeah, we're not
fit all
selling
that in
jizz.
a
We're not
backpack?
selling jizz out here. That's just heroin.
What's going on?
Don't get it twisted.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
the code name. Jizz.
Yeah, hey guys, you want some deer jizz? Like that's not what I
I don't
would.
want that at all.
The donated deer semen was collected in a tank and put on an auction.
Like a gasoline tank?
They just say tank. I'm assuming one with a cannon in the front is how I like to ride my deer jizz around.
I hate you so much for this. I truly do.
This is
The thing, guys.
odd.
All right, Terrence, you're up. I can't listen to deer jizz.
Oh, the guy who I just
information.
wanted one last subject, one last fact. I'm sorry. The person who donated the jizz, the deer jizz, has also donated deer jizz and raised more than $100,000 for cystic fibrosis. So.
Oh, okay. Well, then
Cheers
it's for,
to you, deer jizz man.
How is he getting it?
How many deers do you have to jerk off a day to get
this guy is.
$51,000?
This guy's got fucking carpal tunnel. He's like, I'm doing it for cystic fibrosis.
How many shake weights does it take? Christ.
You know, I
That
mean,
dude every morning he's like, I gotta work up the forearms. Like, dude, you could just donate
Settle
the
down.
money.
Settle down, buddy.
Don't do it.
Deer
Strange
jizz
to
do you
me.
need?
Terrence,
That's
please
a great
don't.
story.
Please don't talk about deer jizz. What is your story?
Okay, my story is really short, and this website is fucking hilarious. Thai Visa News. Sure, why not?
No, this is like
foreign man
weird,
in
isn't
Pattaya suffers painful penis injury inflicted by braces wearing girlfriend.
It's a lot of alliteration.
Oh, come on, man.
Oh, no. Is that a picture? Nope.
Do we need to read this story? Or do we already know
Channel
what
3
happened?
News reported on the plight of a foreign man in Pattaya. How do you pronounce it? Is it Pattaya?
Pattaya? I think it's Pattaya.
Pattaya? Whatever.
Might be wrong.
In Thailand.
I think it's pronounced poor.
I think you mean penis.
You're not wrong, but that's fucked up.
I denounce her this entire episode.
Recently suffered a pain injury. The man suffered lacerations
Yeah, no
to his
kidding.
penis after his girlfriend, who wears braces, was performing a sex act, oral sex.
Did you tell her to
Yo,
stop?
you gotta be careful, yo. First of all, you gotta shave, yo. If you got a woman going down on you and she's got fucking and she looks like a James Bond villain, like you need to fucking shave, man.
Like, okay.
Or just say no.
You gotta tell them.
No,
teeth,
just calm
man.
down. Just calm down.
No
like,
teeth,
you
man.
can't say no. Like, is there anything
yes,
such?
you can say no.
Like, is there such
You
thing
absolutely
that?
can.
Hold on. Okay, we need to have a serious conversation. Is there?
You can say no. Let me trim this up a bit so
Right,
hair
right,
gets caught
right, okay.
in your
That's
jaws
what I'm saying, like-
teeth.
Is there anything? Is there a thing such as bad head?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
for sure.
absolutely.
Yeah.
There is.
Will you deal with bad head because it's head?
Only in prison.
Wait, I'm sorry, I missed that. What did you say?
I was just kidding. You're paying attention, buddy.
I missed it.
I said only in prison.
Oh, okay, that's fair. That is horrible. That's horrible.
How many ding dongs does it cost me? Is the question. How much of my commissary money has to go towards this?
Jesus Christ. But I feel like guys will put up with mediocre to not great head.
I have had mediocre head most of my life.
Listen,
right, but you deal with it. You just go, like
when you get that really good head, it makes
it makes it all worth it, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the same for women.
But
like, it wasn't great. He didn't know where the fucking man in the boat was.
yeah, right.
But then, like, you find somebody, you're like, okay, this person knows
Exactly,
what they're doing.
yeah.
I feel like it's okay.
I mean, if we're fucking at the end of it, I really don't care about the head. Like, I just care about the fucking.
I disagree. I need
You
to
can be wrong.
like,
That's fine.
I like to be worked into a mood.
How many people treat the blowjob as a separate event? Like, doesn't it normally lead to sex?
No, it's not a separate.
in
It's not a separate. It's not a separate event to me.
God damn it.
I didn't hear what you said that time. I'm sorry.
I said not in Aziz Ansari's case. Just saying. Not even if it's twice.
Did you finish reading this story?
I don't think. Well, that's it. That's pretty much it.
No. The incident was revealed by Dr. Nan Pittipong,
Let's not
who
see pictures.
posted about it on Facebook.
Whoa, that's blood on a sheet. That's not
That's
acceptable.
illegal, yeah. Isn't that illegal?
Well, no, it's not his penis. It's just blood on a sheet. But that's
feel
still
like
not acceptable.
That's violating a HIPAA law.
Yeah, I feel like
The post has now been shared more than 33,000 times. According to Dr. Pittipong, the woman involved was one of his clients, and she contacted him after she injured her boyfriend. On Wednesday, Channel 3 caught up with Dr. Pittipong, who is now warning other men of the dangers of receiving head from someone wearing braces or a retainer. However, people commenting on the post criticized Dr. Pittipong for sharing such a story.
Yeah.
Because what the fuck is your problem?
What, by the way, what are you doing? You're just taking the penis and just grinding it.
Right.
across.
How much?
What are you
friction
doing?
to get that much blood? What happened?
Open your mouth and don't let
That's
your
a
teeth
lot
touch.
of blood
A lot
for
of blood.
my dick hurts.
right.
It's a lot of blood.
Like, I don't like that.
Yep.
I don't care for it.
How the fuck?
That is the worst head.
Yeah, whack
I'd
head.
risk it though.
I-
That's his head.
Only in Pattaya.
No, you're weird. You're crazy.
Yeah, well,
Nah,
head's
I'm not.
important to me. Next up, meet the superstar prophet who can walk on air, cure HIV, and put miracle money
in
in your
Africa, ain't
pocket. Yeah, it's got to be in Africa, right?
Yep. Look at this nigga suit. Yep.
Look, I don't know that he's in Africa, but he's absolutely in Africa.
Yeah, he African.
Yeah, you know the first word.
Big-ass
Africa is full of
ashy lips.
so-called prophets who have found fame and fortune by performing miracles in the name of God, but few are as popular and as wealthy as Shepherd Bashira, a 30-something superstar from Malawi. But then again, few pastors can pull off this kind of bullshit. Known as, it doesn't say that, but I'm saying that. Known as Major One, the Shepherd Bushari has come a long way since his humbling beginnings growing up, probably poor. But yeah, he tells people that he can walk on air. He's an inspiration to his followers, he says. They think if God could do it for me, they can do it for them. He can do it for them. If they believe there's anything wrong, they wouldn't be following me. Yeah, this guy is full of shit. Wow, he has got a lot of dumb Africans following him. That's amazing. One time I got doctors here in Pretoria to bring patients with HIV. They tested them before the show to show they had HIV. I prayed to them, and again afterwards, they were HIV negative. No, they weren't.
That's not true.
No, they weren't, dog. That's a lie. Look, this guy's face tells me he's a fucking liar. I need to start a fake African church, though. Like, that's what I've learned.
This reminds. Have you watched Wild Wild Country on Netflix?
Yes, I have.
So this reminds me, like, kind of like that, except not nearly as nefarious,
Insane.
obviously. But yeah, I mean, it's just people who want to believe something, and they're fucking dumb, and they're real dumb, and then so they believe this guy.
So you're saying, as a white man in America, that black Africans are dumb.
No, what
Well,
I'm
it sounds like that's what you're saying. White man, it sounds like that's what you're saying. And you seemed, you walked right into that one.
Somebody forgot what show he was on.
Yeah, you fucked up.
No, but see, I brought up Wild Wild Country to point out that there's really dumb white people who flew all the way to India and got hoodwinked by this Indian dude.
Your balance is incredible with all that backpedaling.
How convenient.
Yeah, being on a seesaw.
I started watching Wild Wild Country. That is,
dude, it's
fucking wild.
It gets super crazy.
Dude, just keep watching
finished
it.
Yeah,
At the end of every hour, I had a different take on whether or not I thought they were a cult and whether or not I thought they were fucked up. At the end of 6 hours, yeah, everyone's fucked up.
Yeah.
Everybody. Everyone involved is wrong.
They're taking money out of women's purses, yo. They're taking money
Holy
out
shit,
of
he
their purses.
did.
God damn.
She's talking
yo.
on a mic and he
Jesus
just
told
reached
him
in and
to.
took it out.
Wow. Yo.
Look, I'm telling you, this is my future, yo. This dude's got on fucking gators. Like, yo, this dude is walking on air. Yo, nah, yo. There's no way he wasn't just holding on the rail and then just moving his feet. Nah, he's walking on air, dude.
Listen, what
That's
has
the dopest shit ever.
what has better effects, this or a DC movie?
Yo, this might be
God
better.
damn.
Yo, Stuart, you need to get behind African preachers, dude. Like, this is. Yo, this dude walked on air, dude. Like, that shit is dope.
You ready to give him some money?
Oh, I'm not giving him money. I want to be his competition. Fuck all that. there's money in Dar Hills. All right, Cam, you are up.
Oh, I do not like this story. All right, so we're in the UK apparently. So mom of 4 turned placenta into smoothie and fed it to her husband and 3-year-old son.
Yeah,
God damn it.
White people are wild.
Did he have a sore throat?
Hey, speaking of terrible people, Jay Woodall paid 30 euro for her raw placenta to be turned into smoothies, and everything left over was dehydrated and turned into pills.
Her name is Jay?
Yes, her name is Jay.
I don't care for that.
Yes.
And not like the initial either.
Nope. That's full on
These
Jay.
pictures. I gotta.
I haven't scrolled down yet.
You guys remember the episode where I passed out?
Costing a further 150 euros. So she paid 180 euros total for this bullshit?
Dude, look at that picture.
That's unacceptable. I'd rather not.
Yeah, I don't.
All right, so a mom of 4. Yep, she had always dreamed of repurposing her placenta, but missed her opportunity with the first 2. So this is her third child. This is her third child.
I'd fight my wife. If she was like, "Yo, try the smoothie," I'd be like, because I don't really fuck with smoothies, but she really likes them, and I tried it, and she was like, "Oh yeah, try this one's good," and I'd be like, "Oh yeah, that wasn't great. What kind was it?" And she was like, "I was like, oh, is it strawberry?" And she was like, "No, it was my placenta." I'd be like, "No, we gotta fight."
Wait.
Like, let's walk outside in the street, take his shoes off, and let's just fight outside. Like, no, fuck
Why
that.
does she have an inflatable pool in her living room?
Because this
What is
very
happening
much
right
now?
natural
She gave birth in her
natural
birth
birth.
is
Oh,
very
fuck
rare.
that.
Yeah.
God damn it. Do it in your
She
bathtub,
has
you dumb
lots of
hippie.
problems.
So Jay said it's a mixed reaction.
Yo, no, I
A
don't.
few-
Yo, I don't
That's
like
her
you
name.
just using her name, like as if that's me. Like, I don't know. If that's
well, you know what?
that shit
JT,
is,
hey,
that's just mad problematic.
JTD,
Yeah.
he sent it to me. I'm reading it.
Yeah. No, fuck you, JTD.
Yeah, he definitely did this on purpose. It's a mixed reaction. A few people think it's a bit gross, not very appetizing.
Whoa.
Oh my god. There are some people that think about it and are interested and ask questions. I've had some people that listen to what I say and do it themselves as well. Why are you proud of that? You hoodwinked some other broads into like feeding their placenta to their husband? That's not
Just
acceptable.
burns off when you
It's not okay.
Does that technically
burns
make
right
you a? Does that technically make you a cannibal?
Yes.
It technically does.
Yes.
I have a question. I wouldn't do this because of many reasons, but it's not. It's gluten free, right? Like, is this okay?
Oh, hey, here's a fun thing.
between two slices of fucking bread, I guess.
So,
Just asking questions.
so her kids are named Logan, Demetrius,
yeah, of course it is.
River, and Storm. So Storm is the kid
Logan
who she
and
decided to do this with.
Logan and Storm. Yo, this chick is a hippie too. She's a nerd.
I think what.
And also
what we're
Demetrius,
missing
yo,
here
what the fuck is
that-
going on?
I think what we're missing here is that Demetrius eats placenta.
He does. You know what? And look, hey Demetrius, don't add us. Don't even write in the fucking group. Nah,
Oh,
no, you
hey.
do. Just you got to eat that shit, literally.
Hey guys, here's
Fucking literally, Demetrius eats Jay's placenta.
Yo, come on, yo.
yep.
Come on, yo. Don't do that.
Here's
Don't do that.
here's
Fuck yourself.
here's fun things. So it's not really much different from eating certain meats. A lot of animals do it, especially
disagree.
mammals. We're the only ones who don't eat the afterbirth. Yeah, for a fucking reason, because we're smart.
and
we
we're
have
the top
brains.
of the
We're
food
intelligent.
chain.
Yeah.
We're not going to do it. Jay, a self-confessed hippie from Fleet, Hampshire, even has her umbilical cord dehydrated and has turned it into a keepsake.
Yeah.
Why are you doing that? Oh God, that looks disgusting. No,
Yeah, no,
don't
no,
do
it's,
that.
yeah, no.
Don't do that.
No, yeah, I'm still mad that Micah said what he said. Like, I don't appreciate that shit. Yeah, shit's
I mean, it sounds like the perfect title for the show.
no,
to me.
nigga, it doesn't.
The title for the show, Demetrius ate Jay's placenta? Yeah, absolutely.
I love it.
What is the image I'm gonna find for that?
I mean, look at Demetrius's Instagram. There's something hood as shit on there that you can make as the image.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I'm not making that the title. Go fuck yourself. I think that is it for us this week. I don't even care about this trailer for Terminal.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you
Yeah,
the whole
yeah,
time.
yeah, dude, that's
Don't
awful.
scroll down.
Yeah, no.
Nope, I'm not
I
okay
saw
with
an
this.
episode of Bizarre Foods where Andrew Zimmern ate the placenta of like a cow or some shit like that.
Nah, yo, nah.
So,
I'm good. And I like that show.
Yeah,
'Cause
that
dude
show is
is
wild.
This show is pretty
I don't know if
fucking
it comes on anymore though.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
Still-
Yeah.
still new episodes?
I guess it does. I don't know. Or no, I think he has a new show coming out. Yeah, he has a new one where he's doing something. It's basically the same thing. It's just a different show title so that people will watch it instead. I have a girl that works for me that's pregnant right now, and I made a joke to her the other day. I asked her if she was going to eat the placenta. She was like, "Yeah, absolutely. What are you talking about?" I was like, "Wait, what? You're actually doing that?" She's like, "Yeah." Like, okay.
So
All right, have fun with that.
disgusting.
don't-
That's disgusting.
I was just trying to make a fun joke.
All right. just about why Jack is laughing. Jack messages me directly. He goes, "I have to piss so badly," and I said, "Good, fuck you." Okay, that's the end of the show. Look, I think if you are a premium member, you would be remiss not to watch the video for this because it was very
sure.
funny. You can see all of us try to squeeze into this table, which is really funny. But Cam, thank you for coming in.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
Next
It was
time
fun.
you drive up from fucking Tennessee, I guess next year.
No, literally, I will never drive that ever again.
Okay.
It was
The
a
next
bad
time you
idea.
fly.
That by yourself, no less.
Yeah, it was
that's
fucking
fucking
terrible.
insane.
Pain in the ass.
Yeah, I'd be like, I made it 2 hours, and then I went to an airport and flew the rest of the way. Fuck out of here.
What if at the end of that 9-hour drive, we then broke into Brad's house and stole all his watches? Would you come back up?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, that's a fair. Look, Brad, we're coming for you.
We're doing we're doing Ocean's 11, like Jay's 11.
Yeah, we're doing Jay's 11.
We're doing Jay's 5.
Yeah.
We're robbing a
so
place
good.
in Dundalk.
Yeah. By the way, after we steal all of Brad's watches, then we'll come back here and we'll eat Demetrius's placenta or whatever the fuck. I don't know. This is a weird title. All right, that's it for us. Make sure you check out the show. Share out the show. It's always great. Jack, thank you for coming back in.
Absolutely.
Again, you're welcome anytime.
Thank you.
Lazy fuck.
Appreciate it.
All right, guys, we will see you next time.
See you.
Take it easy.